Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is September 7th, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $ ORIONNWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We finally made it. It's the NFL debut kickoff game with the Lions and the Chiefs. Goff and the Goffense, Mahomes and all the Mahomies. Let's freaking go. And the countdown to 20,000 subs is still on. We have 69 to go, and then we'll hit our magic number of 20,000. So I'm very excited about that. I hope everyone is enjoying themselves. I mean, how could you not? We haven't had football in about 8 or 9 months. So, for a lot of us, we were watching XFL, USFL. We were watching, anything. And then now college football has been out for a couple weeks. But, the NFL hits a little bit differently. And I love this matchup. It's not like when the Chiefs ended up playing the Texans with Deshaun Watson, even though they were a pretty good team back then, with Deshaun and JJ Swat, and they had a crew. But with this Lions team, even if they lose, they're kind of on the up and up, and they're very rootable. You could really root for them. They're very on the up and up. I feel they're getting very close, and they're going to win the division or end up getting a wild card within the next 3 years. And it could be as early as this year. They can make a wild card over the Vikings or Packers. Hell, if they play well and get to 10, 11 wins, maybe that's enough to win in the division. It's going to be pretty close. Everyone's kind of improved. Bears, even if most people think they're going to finish in fourth, they may win the division or get second. I mean, I don't think the Bears have the O-line or the defense, but I know Justin Fields is insane and also paired up with DJ Moore, so you actually have a number one now, right? And then Cole Kmet is there, and he's underrated. So the defense and O-line is shaky, but you never know with this division. It's like the black and blue division in the NFC North or the AFC North. It's like you got, the Cleveland Browns. We assume that they're not going to be that good, but you got the Ravens, you got the Bengals, you got the Steelers. Who knows what's going to happen? Same thing with this division. You got the Lions, you got the Bears, and you got the Packers and Vikings. But maybe the Packers and Vikings scaled back a little bit, and then maybe the Lions and Bears gained a little bit. So that's what makes it really intriguing moving forward. But I love the Lions. This is my number one team that is not my own team. That usually is that lovable loser that you root for that hasn't been to the playoffs, hasn't won a playoff game, kind of like my Mariners. I can really root for a team like that. So, and don't be surprised if the Lions win. Because what? No Chris Jones, no Travis Kelce. You got Goff in the Goffense. You got Gibbs and Montgomery, the former Bear. So they can run the football. They don't have Swift and Jamal, Williams anymore. But, I mean, Montgomery is pretty badass. And if you think about it, Jahmyr Gibbs might win Rookie of the Year. Right, Amon-Ra St. Brown is already a top 5, top 6 wide receiver. Hell, he might be better than that. He might end up being top 3, top 4 this year. Right? You got Sam Laporta, the rookie. I think Goff will go to him like he did. If you remember early times with Higbee, you got to go down to a check down guy. There is no more TJ Hawkinson. So, Mark Andrews, I got him in fantasy. So I'm thinking, okay, I got Juwan Johnson. There's going to be other people there, but I was like, you know what? What about Sam Laporta, Iowa? I don't really know how many targets he's going to get, but with Mark Andrews with the quad, normally I don't like covering 3 tight ends all the time, but I decided just a little bit ago, I made a move. I'm like, all right, I need to make sure that I got depth at the position that, maybe in need. And Sam Laporta might be a guy that scores a touchdown tonight. Don't be surprised. All right. He might be a guy that gets 5 to 8 catches for 50 to 70 yards. Tutty, maybe no tutty. At least that's what I'm hoping. Now, I don't got the balls to start him over Mark Andrews or Juwan Johnson week 1. I don't got the balls like that. But to have 3 tight ends when your tight end might be Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, George Kittle, who are lingering injuries, kind of a smart thing. Because if you only have one backup and your star doesn't play, then what? You're fucked, right? Like Mark Andrews doesn't play, then what? I'm just stuck with one option. And in fantasy, it is all about options, even if you have to give up a quality player to give yourself some depth in the position of need. Big facts. Lions, Chiefs, a fantasy football lesson, life lessons, and we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Football season is here. No problem. Daniel in the building. What's good? Can't decide to start Kenneth Walker or Isaiah Pacheco in fantasy. Ooh, that is tough because obviously, Kenneth Walker, if he's 100% healthy going against that Rams D, yeah, you might have Aaron Donald, but the defense is super young. So you would think that Walker could score 1 or 2 touchdowns and get maybe 80 to 100. It's possible. Isaiah Pacheco, though, you got to think no Travis Kelce, Kadarius Toney, Pacheco, and some of the others, Sky Moore, a few others, are going to get increased looks. So even if Travis Kelce was playing, Pacheco is kind of a sleeper flex, right? Because I assume that's what you're using him as, a sleeper flex or an RB2. But I could see them having a very similar stat line, and I both could see them explode where Walker scores 3 times, Pacheco scores 3 times, or they could both score 0 times. I mean, it's they're going to get opportunities, but that is a tough one. I have to think about that. I know the game is about to start, so I can't think for too long. But I would assume Walker is projected for more points. Can you give me the projection of points for each guy after the Kelce injury if Pacheco's numbers slightly went up so I can look in your league? Because ESPN and NFL.com and Yahoo, they're all a little different on how they format. So let me know what you got, and I can give you a good answer. But I would probably assume that the safe pick would be Walker. But the ballsy pick would be Pacheco since Kelce isn't playing. But even if he was, the numbers could be identical. Hell, Pacheco could score 20 to 30 tonight in fantasy. It's possible. What's good? How are you? Let's get to 100 in donos. Let's do it. And then maybe even 200 in donos or 300. Let's go. Like, sub, donate, come in the room, hang out with your boy. You probably haven't been here in a minute. And like I said, for me, I like, I obviously drafted running backs in the 4th and 6th round. I haven't done that in fantasy. I can't even tell you. So I ended up going Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and then there was like Najee Harris and ETN. And I said, no. I'm going to go Mahomes and start the trend. I'm going to be the trendsetter, and then everyone's going to pick quarterback after me. Now, did I want to pick Mahomes in the 3rd round? No, but Josh Jacobs, Nick Chubb, and Saquon were all off the board. So I need to be able to make sure I'm looking out for me. And so I got Mahomes in the game tonight, and I got Amon-Ra St. Brown. Sucks that Kelsey's hurt because that's why I'm going against Reflect. He's got Kelce. So I don't like to win in that type of fashion. But Sam Laporta, it's like Mark Andrews has missed 6 practices. So I'm always going deep, right? So if his quad, he's only missed 1 game in his career. So if he ends up, missing time, I don't want to be left with just Juwan Johnson as my backup, which is a good backup. He actually has been pretty good. But if I can have him and Laporta, that gives me flexibility and options if Andrews misses a game or 2, instead of just being like, well, fuck it. I want to be the number 1 team in the league, and I'm just going to have 1 tight end that's active and 1 that's not. So you got to be smart. You got to think ahead of the curve and use these little strategies that I'm telling you when you have a weak position. Like, let's say you love running backs and you want 5 or 6, but your tight end is kind of banged up. You only have 1 backup. Drop that 5th or 6th running back or wide receiver that you're never going to fucking use and get yourself another tight end for depth. Don't be stupid. Be smart. And that's how you win fantasy championships. You feel me? Let's go. And it was one of those things where I feel that even if Laporta has, 0 to 4 points, I think that there's going to be value with him. So until Mark Andrews is healthy, I think I'm going to have to carry 3 tight ends. And that's how you win fantasy championships. I picked up Laporta, man. I don't have the balls to start him, though. I got to wait till see the Andrews report. And if Andrews is going to go, even if he's hurt, he should still get me what like Laporta and Juwan would normally get, maybe 8 to 10, but they could explode. But I was just thinking to myself, starting tight end, Jared Goff in the Goffense. My favorite team, not named the Bucks, that is like a lovable loser. I love Goff in the Goffense. I think he's underrated. Maybe he's even better than Cousins and Carr. And that's a compliment to be like 10, 11, 12, 13, somewhere in that range. Amon-Ra St. Brown is already a top 7 receiver, but in reality, is he actually top 3, top 4? Very possibly. Right? You got Jahmyr Gibbs, could have been rookie of the year, can catch out of the backfield and run. And they got David Montgomery. No more DeAndre, got no more Swift. That's on the Fly Eagles Fly, right? And Jamal Williams on the Saints. But, that offensive line is one of the best in the world. And they ended up having the most rushing touchdowns. So I don't think it's going to stop. I think you're going to get a lot there. But Laporta could be that missing piece where it's like that Hawkinson. But the thing is like no one knows Laporta. It's not a Hawkinson hype name going into the pros. It's like, well, you got a 2nd rounder from Iowa, and we know Iowa produces great players like George Kittle, Dallas Clark, right? There's many, down the road. Obviously, TJ Hawkinson. But it makes me wonder, like, okay, do I stick with like a 5th or 6th running back that I do need depth? I got 4 running backs now instead of 5, but I was like, what happens if Andrews misses? And then Juwan Johnson starts sucking ass. I don't want to lose games because I was an idiot and didn't pick up Sam Laporta week 1 when maybe Sam Laporta is going to be beast mode. So those are the little things that you do to be ahead of the curve, and you have to make hard decisions, but you want to make sure you make the smart ones. Bird gang in the building. What to do? Fly, Eagles, fly. He said Chiefs winning tonight with no Kelsey and no Chris Jones. Who? Chris Jones. Who? Chris Jones. I don't know. I would say that the Chiefs should be favored, but if the Lions go off and Amon-Ra goes for 120 and 3 touchdowns, the Chiefs are going to lose. You know, if Amon-Ra goes off like a Tyreek or like a Justin Jefferson performance, this bitch will be over. And then we'll see if Montgomery and Gibbs, if they can even stop them. Because if those guys get a touchdown between the two of them or both, and then Amon-Ra gets 2 or 3, even Laporta gets a cheap one, or they're making big plays, this could actually be, a little bit closer than people think. And Goff is prepared for the moment. Remember when the Rams and Chiefs played on Monday night when they both scored like 50? Now, of course, this Rams team that he was on was Super Bowl, like they were on their way, but they decided to get rid of him to bring in Stafford. And for them, for the short term, it got him over the hump, right? But long term, the Lions won that deal because now Stafford's career is over and he's ass, but he got the championship for them with Aaron Donald. So Aaron Donald's like, thank you. You were good enough. Cooper Kupp's like, thank you, right? But now moving forward, Goff, this guy could be a guy that gets the Lions to, I believe, the playoffs, could win a playoff game. And I think within 5 years, if they build right, they might be able to go to an NFC championship game. And if I didn't believe that, I wouldn't say it. And I know the NFC is going to have a lot of talent, and every year you're going to have, Eagles, Niners. Now it looks like Saints. You're going to have Seahawks and the Packers are on the up and up. But I don't know. This Lions team is very easy to root for, and you never know. But you would definitely think that the Chiefs are going to win. I mean, I got Mahomes in this game, right? And I got Amon-Ra St. Brown. So you about to get some fucking reactions today, all right? And I'll do a reaction video to this game tomorrow morning. No stream on Friday. Going to go see Equalizer 3 with Denzel Washington. Maybe the best brother actor of all time, Denzel. Every single movie, banger after banger after banger. So definitely excited to go see that. And then I'm doing the Ducks, right, versus Texas Tech. We might lose. That's Patrick Mahomes' alma mater, right? And that's at 4 o'clock on Saturday. And then we'll go from there. $5 holla. I appreciate you. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $5 holla. Let me know what you want to see for photos. I got you. And the phone. I had to hit you with the Jared Goff and the Goffense with the unis. And obviously with the Patrick Mahomes. Mahomie. Let's go. And I don't got just the Chiefs one. Obviously, I did the due diligence. So we got Chiefs when they got the ball, when things are going good. And then, boom, we got the Lions. We ain't forgetting about them. We got them as well. Speaking of jumping in with the Lions, I got first week and Shep second. That's tough. That is tough. And you'll definitely notice who knows what they're doing in fantasy and who doesn't. I said, what up? No. He said, Falcon still ass juice. Yeah, but he ain't in the room, though. If you're going to leave the smack, you got to make sure that he's in the room so you guys can go back and forth in a friendly manner, right? You got to be able to – you can't just be like, I'm going to put this out there and then I'm dipping. I don't know if he'll show up. We'll see. We will see. How are you doing, brother? Who dat? Saints in the building. What's good? Oh, Kenneth Walker's on the injury report. Oh, yeah. I mean, with no Kelsey in that fantasy question that we had, I mean, either going with Walker or Pacheco. Even if Kelsey was playing, Pacheco would be a good probably flex to try. But now with Kelsey out, you would think that they would go more to Pacheco. But the only thing that makes me kind of question certain things is Eric Bieniemy is no longer on the Chiefs. He's on Washington, right? So the certain schemes that maybe him and Andy would go back and forth with and come up with some of that creativity. What will the offense look like this year without Bieniemy putting in his input? Whether it's a lot of input or a little bit of input or together with, Andy Reid and the rest of the people. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen. Derpy says Kelsey's out, Lions will win. Either That's a disgruntled Kelsey fan in fantasy, or a hater of the Chiefs, or a supporter of the Lions. You never know. Let's go 1-0 Mariners. Jerry in the building. What's good, Jerry? What's good, brother? You already know what it is. Let's go, baby. I'm out here like Flava Flav. Let's go. My boy, Scott McDowell, my brother from another mother. Let's go. Football with dog. It's your boy. Renee in the building. What's good? Bang bang, Niner gang in the building. What's good, brother, sister? Trey Area Lance. Trey Area. Yeah, it doesn't have the same feel like with E40 with the Bay Area and the Pilo and the B Legit and the E40. What you know about that West Coast rap? Uh, but you know what? I think that they found, they got Purdy, they got Sam Darnold. They'll be looking, and don't be surprised. I'm just, talking it into existence, but don't be surprised if the Vikings don't work out a deal with Kirk Cousins. And in 2024, the San Francisco 49ers starting quarterback is Kirk Cousins. And if you get Kirk Cousins to come to San Fran to compete with Purdy, and you probably won't have Darnold at that point, you might be able to get to the Super Bowl with a quarterback like that, and maybe even win. So just saying, it's my ESP talking. So don't be surprised if all of a sudden you see Kirk Cousins on the San Francisco 49ers, because to me, he's like Jared Goff and Carr. I think that they may not be top 5 quarterbacks, but they are somewhere between 10 and 15, kind of closer to 10, though, like 10, 11, 12, 13. So, you might be able to get something there. Yeah, no Chris Jones, no Kelsey. This is definitely a game that the Chiefs can lose. This is a game, where the Lions can be put on the map and whatnot. So, and just the simple fact that I have Amon-Ra St. Brown in fantasy, what does that mean? I picked him number 2 in the second round after Jay Jetta. I could have went for a running back, elite one, but I said I'm going to go for the guy I believe in the most besides Garrett Wilson. Amon-Ra St. Brown breaking out and being amazing, right? And then I got Montgomery on my bench, so I obviously believe in him. And then I just picked up Laporta. So you just never know what you're going to get out of this team. But if things go right, the Detroit Lions could win somewhere between 9 and 11 games, and that could be enough to win the division. If they get to 11, depending on what the Packers and Vikings do and the Bears, and if they have injuries, right? We don't know. I'm telling you, though, if Monroe St. Brown gets 100, 150 yards and 2 or 3 tutties, the game is over. That would mean that the Lions won. So we'll see. I mean, I got Mahomes, though, too, so I want Mahomes to be putting up 30, 40, 50 points in fantasy, and I want Amon-Ra to put up 30, 40, 50. So if I can get 100 points out of 2 guys, let's go. Everyone is just hating my draft. They just look at the team, and they're like projected 133, and everyone else is 123 or lower. They're like, oh my, Northwest Sports Fanatics. He's like, that NWSF guy, that motherfucker knows how to draft. He just puts the fucking stiff arm into the competition, starting from week 1. Look at the depth, baby. Let's go. Travis Kelsey. But I feel as far as like advice, if you want betting advice, you come here. If you want, an opinion, you come here. You want to win on your DraftKings and your parlay, you come here. You want to win in your fantasy league, you're doing 100, 150 parlay. Why are you doing it by yourself? Ask someone else that's qualified that can give you a non-biased answer and help you out. I mean, unless you just want to throw that money away. But when you get in a league like that and you win first place and you can win like 1,000 to 1,200 bucks, that could be like not necessarily life changing, but that could like be something big. You could go on a vacay, you could buy some sewn jerseys, you could go to a concert, you could save it. I mean, that's a lot of money for just being smart, and knowing fucking football. So, holla at your boy. What's good, brother? the offense, and the new best friend, and the best friend. He goes from Cooper Cup, one of the best in the world, to Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's going to be one of the new best in the world with Garrett Wilson. And we're going to start talking about Amon-Ra and Garrett Wilson like Jamar Chase and Jay Jetta. We're going to be like, oh shit. Now Tyreek and Devontae are kind of getting a little older, so they're still good. But as far as like that hot name, that brand, that fire, that swagger, that drip, right? It's like we already know Jay Jetta and Jamar Chase are like the swaggiest of swaggy. It's like Jerry Rice swag, but it's like different because it's like 2023. So it's like, that they're at the top of the top. But you got Garrett Wilson and Amon-Ra, and they are like, honestly, they are not far behind. And if they have a couple good seasons, they might even surpass those guys at one point, not like overall, because I think Jay Jetta is going to be the closest thing to Jerry Rice that we're going to get. When it's all said and done, Justin Jefferson is going to be the number 2 wide receiver of all time. If he stays healthy for like 15 to 20 years, never has an ACL problem or anything like that, if he stays healthy, regardless of who the QB is, but if he actually gets a good one, then the numbers go up. But to me, I think he can be better than Randy Moss, T.O., Megatron, Larry Fitzgerald. And I fucking would never say that if I didn't believe it. Now, saying it for like Jamar Chase being the best in the world or Amon-Ra or Garrett Wilson, yeah, that's a little premature. But I think we've already seen what Jay Jetta has been able to do with a quarterback that's a top 10 to top 12. Remember, Diggs has got Allen. Herbert's got Keenan Allen, right? Mahomes and Kelsey. And certain guys are going to have certain players. I mean, the guy's got Kirk Cousins, and he's putting up better numbers. Just imagine if he had Burrow or Allen or Mahomes. What would Jay Jetta's numbers really honestly look like if Patrick Mahomes and Jay Jetta were on the same team? It would be like Michael Jordan to Pippen. It would be the coolest thing on planet Earth. And I get to experience it in fantasy with Patrick Mahomes and Jay Jetta and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Funny how that works out when I end up picking those players. All right? Let's fucking go. Renee in the building, bang, bang, Niner gang. Should still be very good. I could see you guys in the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl, but also I could see you guys losing and ending the season a little prematurely because there's a lot of competition, right? Eagles, Niners, Saints, Seahawks, Packers, Lions, Cowboys, Giants, Washington, who knows? Atlanta, who knows? The only thing we know for sure probably is what Tampa, more than likely, and the Panthers will be Bootios, as well as the Rams and the Cardinals. I mean, I think that it's but as far as like Washington and the Falcons, they're going to be good. They're going to be a little bit better than people think. Not maybe good enough to win the division, like not beating the Saints, or not beating maybe Cowboys, Giants, and Eagles. But I could see Washington beating maybe one team and maybe finishing in third. You never know. $5 hairs. Let's get to a hundo. Let's make sure I can get chicken nuggets, a burger, and some fries. You feel me? Oh, no. I mean, when it's football, I probably should put it on the game since you mentioned it now, but I was just going to watch the replay because I was prepping, making the thumbnail and whatnot. It is the Old Dog Show. Get your fucking popcorn ready. All right? One of the best entertainers on the planet. The best fans on earth. If you're in the room, say hello. Don't be a beezy. Let me know you're here. Let them know. Support the boy. I mean, before it becomes like the popular thing to support your boy, which it will be. People will just be subbing. They don't even know who I am. They don't even know what's going on. It's just going to be the thing to do. Dave in the building. What's good? Chief in the building. What's good? What's good, goats? Yeah, appreciate the help with Cyber and Sarah with the Twitter/X. Let's go, baby. You pick Vikings to win? Yeah, I mean, I just think a lot of people are so incredibly biased, and a lot of people don't really understand football. They think they do. Just because you watch every game doesn't mean you understand. It's like if you played, or you not just like I'm talking Madden, like on the video games, but if you actually played, or you played Madden, or you've had someone, kind of break it down to you, like some people see football as like checkers, but it actually is more chess. It's not just a bunch of dummies out there running around. Like the elite teams and the elite organizations have fucking geniuses calling plays, 20 fucking word plays and crazy shit. And you'll get the dumb people and the dumb teams, that are, doing something very vanilla and bland. But if you end up having that special GM or owner or play caller, it shows. That's facts. Chief will chief with a tenor. Win or lose, let's go, chefs. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Appreciate you. What you think about the thumbnail? You like the? I definitely had a couple other options that I could have done, but I was like, I want to make sure I get something that looks clean. We got to do the matching uniforms of what's going on, today. And I like action poses. There was a lot of ones that I could have done, and I want to save the ones for Mahomes moving forward, different expressions and whatnot. But I think it turned out pretty damn good. Turned out pretty damn good. Castillo, 6 innings pitch, 8 Ks, 4 hits, 4 walks, 0 0. What's the score? Can you give me the score? It said you can only pick one team per week. You can't choose them again. You lose any one week. So if you lose and you don't pick right, so essentially you're trying to pick the right winner one a week all the way to the end of the season. So you go like 17-0 and you look like a fucking genius. Is that what you're telling me? That's hard as shit because there's going to be upsets. So $15 dono. That might be like a Taco Bell burrito, some chips, maybe a little Baja Blast, or maybe some Wendy's nuggets with a strawberry lemonade, right, with a double stack. And the Kansas City Chiefs. Look at Mahomes coming at. No Chris Jones. Who? Chris Jones. No Travis Kelce. That's tough. Adversity. But the Chiefs are used to it. And it will really show you, like, Mahomes is the best quarterback on the planet. Like, Burrow is very close. You know what I mean? But until he gets that first Super Bowl victory, we can't put them in the same category just yet. He needs to get at least one first, and then that way it'll be the Burrow and Mahomes show. And then Allen will be looking up, Herbert will be looking up, Lamar will be looking up, and everyone else will be looking up, hoping to get into that realm. But I definitely do not think Josh Allen is the second best quarterback. I mean, if you were going to start a franchise, you want someone that's going to be able to hang on to the football and make plays under pressure. Who is cooler than a Joe Montana? It's Joe Burrow. I mean, the guy is, don't be surprised if the Bengals win the Super Bowl this year, next year, or the following year. I definitely think that the Steelers are coming. But if it comes down to Burrow or Kenny Pickett, and as great as Kenny is this year, would we really bet against Burrow? Probably not. So we'll see how it goes. But I think in the next few years, Burrow is going to start to separate himself from Allen and Herbert a little. And maybe even Herbert gets to a point where he's kind of on level with Josh Allen, not maybe a notch behind. But that's only going to happen if they actually get a good head coach, play caller, offensive line, and their defense is cursed with getting injuries all the time. And they also need a Sean Payton to be able to mentor my Justin Herbert. Otherwise, if he keeps having dumbasses like Anthony Lynn and Staley, you're going to bury his career into the ground. He's already going to be known as the best duck ever. Like, let's get at least to one Super Bowl and lose with Herbert, hopefully win. Ideally for Herbert would be great. He plays 20 years. He goes to 2 Super Bowls. He wins one and he loses one. That would be ideally the best career that he could probably have. Because if he just goes to 1 Super Bowl, they're probably going to lose it. But that's just kind of my, train of thought. But I am fired up, dude. The fucking chrome domes with the white and the green apple with the chrome, baby. I'm doing the game. Let's go. And I feel the Duck streams are going to do well because there's not anybody that does Ducks or Mariners like full time. So I'm going to do it, and we'll definitely gain some ground. I mean, the first stream we blew out Portland State and I got 1,000, which was kind of shocking. So if we can build on that, should be pretty good. And we definitely have a chance to lose. That's for sure. Mr. Williams with a 10, a 20, twin, a 10, a 10, 10, a bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. I'm trying to get you that fucking supersized meal, brother. Appreciate you. Bang, bang. Appreciate you. He said the cash app was acting a little weird. Mariners 1, Rays 0. All right, now I just have to hold up. I have to look at it like visually. I see what you wrote to me and everything, but obviously, what inning are we in? Where are we at? Okay, so 1-0. So obviously we're not hitting. And if we don't get to 5 runs and 7 to 10 hits, what do I tell you? We lose 90% of the time. It's a pitcher's duel. I can already tell by just looking at the score. It's top of the seventh with 2 outs. And let me look at the Ford single to center and Suarez. So my Ford, okay, at least somebody. How many hits do we have total? Only 5. They have 4, but they have 0 runs. Okay, respectable. Okay, and what do we got? Liddell 5 hits, only 3 Ks. Castillo 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, no run. So Castillo's having a good game. Maybe he's got, but the 4 walks isn't good. So that's not good. But the 8 Ks is good, but the 4 walks is bad. But the 1-0 lead is good. So fuck, if we can win, I'll take it. If we can win, I'll take it. But yeah, the duck jersey was spicy. And I got this on through NBC. So I'm actually, some streams, we might be live. We might have like a little 30-second delay depending on the event. It also depends if you're going through like your cable or satellite provider online with your online account. If you're on, and not necessarily Sunday Ticket for this because this is on, national TV. But, there's different options to go through. But I got it through the cable provider, so there shouldn't be any issues. So, but if someone is watching it with a little bit of a delay, all good, all good. But I'm ready to go. But if it's on ESPN, Fox, CBS, NBC, we should be good to go where it's like live. I mean, sometimes if we have a Mariner stream like 30-second delay, I got Comcast and I got a box in the living room, but I don't have a box in here. So I think this team is going to be better than you think with Texas Tech, and the Ducks can lose, but we should win. We should be able to beat them and beat Hawaii. And then the true test will be Colorado week 4 in Autzen. Go Ducks. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We got a new refined look. We got fire thumbs. If you haven't been here since last year, everything has been upgraded on the channel. I do thumbs like a fucking pro now. All right, 10 out of 10. Shit, people can start paying me $20 to $35 to make thumbs for you. Maybe that might have to be the side hustle. Okay. And then boom, we got the background. We got the football cards. We got the spinning logos. We are ready to fucking go, baby. We got the Chiefs. We got the Lions. Let's fucking go. Chris Jones. Chris Jones, he just wants to get paid, right? And if he is one of the best, in the NFL, right? He's not an asshole for trying to get paid. I mean, it's like if you're Aaron Donald and they're lowballing you, or Chris Jones, or one of these top guys, or like a Max Crosby, fuck yeah, hold out. Get your money. Like, especially if you are the reason why that this team has fucking been able to win goddamn championships. It's not all goddamn Mahomes. It's not all fucking Tyreek. It's not all Travis Kelce. Andy Reid is a big, big part of it. But remember, defense wins championships, and Chris Jones is one of the best in the world. You could argue that he might be a top 5 player overall. Some people would say top 10, like if you're going based off NFL's top 100, which is booty juice, right? But if you really look at Chris Jones's impact, he might be like arguably, one of the top 2 in his position, right? And sometimes people would take him maybe number 1, for that spot, but there's guys that are beasts. Max Crosby is a fucking beast. Chris Jones is a beast. Aaron Donald is a beast, right? TJ Watt is a beast, right? Nick Bosa is a beast. Joey Bosa, when healthy, is a beast. Like, you get those guys. We know they're beast mode. We know it, right? I got Patrick Mahomes in fantasy. I got David Montgomery on the bench. I got Sam Laporta on the bench. And I got Amon-Ra St. Brown in the game. Reflect who I'm playing has Travis Kelce. I feel so sorry for you. I really wish that he was out there because that helps my stats with Travis Kelce. A guy in the building. Raiders in the building. New world order. And here we go, brother. 2023 kickoff. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Yeah, we'll get some cash app. We'll get some before the stream ends. Jared Goff in the Goff. It's David Montgomery, Marvin Jones Jr., Amon-Ra St. Brown, Josh Reynolds. And it's crazy to be able to get David Montgomery late from you guys in the draft when I needed to get a running back and then, needed depth, and got Jamal Williams back to back. I mean, that's pretty wild, I'll take it. And then I got Ramondre Stevenson. He'll have a breakout year this year. And I got my Bucks running back who's going to have a breakout year this year. Let's go. First down and 10. Goff and the Goffense. Hands off to Montgomery, rumbling and bumbling. You know why I have him in fantasy? Yeah. And I might start him at my flex at some point or another. We know Gibbs is going to get an opportunity. But if they're going to go with Montgomery as the bell cow, I mean, I wasn't too sure. I didn't know if Gibbs was going to get the early carries or it was going to be Montgomery. So sometimes you got to evaluate your fantasy pieces, and then maybe Montgomery ends up being my flex. Maybe. Let's go. Second down and 3. I like this Jared Goff offense, and don't be surprised if the Lions win. Just telling you. Goff, play action, throw in the dirt, good decision. If that was Goff in his rookie year, he would have took a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. You know, but no Chris Jones, no Travis Kelce. It definitely is an even matchup now. Now, if you had Travis Kelce and Chris Jones, then we're talking about Chiefs winning probably 90%, 90 to 95. But now with Kelce gone and Chris Jones gone, then you're looking at this could literally go either way. That's what makes it exciting, and the Lions are on the up and up. This isn't just like, oh, we're proud to be here. No, we're trying to fucking win and make a statement to the NFL and everyone that's watching that we can, compete. Even if they don't got Chris Jones and Kelce, we might win 10 or 11 games this year, and you got to start right here today. Let's go. Third down and 3. Get rid of it. Incomplete. Good decision. Good decision. You don't want to throw a pick right there. Good defense by the Chiefs. And not exactly what you wanted to see without Chris Jones out there. But again, we're going to see what Dan Campbell and the crew will do. Now, if it was me, I would have went to Amon-Ra St. Brown on probably first and second down. See what we got there. Throw a little screen pass. Boom. You got trips right. Block for him. Amon-Ra, 8-9 yards. Boom. Move the chains. But again, Dan Campbell's kind of offense is going to be run the ball, pass the ball, run the ball, play action. But at some point, you got to throw them for a loop and go pass, run instead of run, pass. We already know that people think you're a meathead, right? Biting kneecaps. Nice tackle. Okay? But sometimes you got to be unorthodox and go pass, run, right? And if you go that method to the madness, that's where those big plays come. Patrick Mahomes, let's go, baby. I need some points today. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I need some points, baby. Let's go. Burrow got his bag. Bosa got his bag. Bosa got his bag. All right, first down and 10. Let's go, baby. Show me something, Mahomes. Little flip. There we go. And we're going to see a little bit of everything. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, at some point in this season, you're going to get with the, McKinnon and the Pacheco. But it kind of makes you wonder, with no Bieniemy, how is the offense going to look? That is a realistic question. That's not being a hater. That's just asking a realistic question. Without Bieniemy there with his input, and now with no Kelce and Jones, can Andy Reid handle everything without the Bieniemy input? We will find out. Then if he does, how will the offense look? 2nd and 5. Edwards-Helaire. Push forward. You know it, baby. My brother, how are you? How's work going? How's the wifey? How's the kids? 5 years, $275 million, $219.1 million guaranteed. And what does that make him? The richest out of any quarterback? Or where does that put him in the rankings? Does it say? I imagine it's on Twitter or on social media and whatnot. Keep me updated on the Mariners game as well, please. All right, 3rd down and 2. Sky Moore in motion. Now we got 2 wide receivers on the left, 2 wide receivers on the right. Little Hail Mary package. Mahomes looking. Little dump down. First down, Chiefs. Move the chains. Jared McKinnon from Patrick Mahomes, the clone. I see you. First down, Kansas City. Let's go. All right, little dump down. Had to refresh everything, get everything situated. All right, see ya. Noah Bryan. Anyone, obviously, on the tight end position that does well, that's going to be a big motivator for Kelce. He knows. And then for him to be like, oh, I'm going to try to go today. Why? Are we that threatened by the Lions if they take game 1 that everyone's just going to give up? on the Chiefs. No, the Chiefs are going to be good, but they haven't been able to win back to back. So now with injuries in play and Chris Jones holding out, it is a possibility that we get a new champ, Cincinnati Bengals, or another team possibly this season. Mahomes, bootleg. Come on, Patrick. I got you in fantasy. Throws it out. Come on, Pat. Oh, good to hear, bro. And I feel there's a lot of people that can call a game, but not everyone can call it the same type of way. You got to be able to have that genuine passion and energy, not try to just raise your voice and wave your arms and just try to be a character just to try to get views or to be someone that you're not. Third down and 5 for Mahomes. Come on, baby. Come on, Patrick Mahomes. Third down and 5. Get rid of it. Oh, good tackle. Okay, Lions. I mean, I don't like that necessarily because so Burrow is the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. New money average per year. Burrow, $55 million. Herbert, $52.5 million. Lamar, $52 million. Jalen Hurts, $51 million. Can I get some of this bag? I only need $1 million. $49 million for Aaron Rodgers. Murray's getting 46.1. Deshaun, 46. Mahomes, 45. Allen, 43. Can O-Dog get $1 million for talking sports? I mean, golly. Cash App. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Well, hopefully it's not. During when the NFL is going, come on. They're caught. They're at the 10, and we'll get to see Jared Goff in the offense. Obviously, they underwhelmed a little there on the first drive. Same thing with the Chiefs. You would expect, points. But no Kelsey, no Chris Jones. And obviously Detroit, they have to understand, you got to open it up. So, if it was me, I'd be going to Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I would be going to Gibbs, and I'd put him in like the slot. I would run a little screen pass with him. You want to make sure you show the Chiefs that we're explosive. We're not going to just be a Montgomery, run the ball, pass the ball, punt. You got to be a little bit more creative with your play calling. So especially if you got a guy that can pass catch like Gibbs, if he's going to win Rookie of the Year, get him the fucking ball, right? And you got to get your best player the ball, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Orion needs fantasy points. Duh. Come on now. A milli. $25. Let's get to a hundo. Did you guys see the article about the unreleased songs? Let me see if I can find it. I sent it to my buddy. But 53 unreleased Nirvana songs are coming out with the Cobain. Pretty sweet. I'm not sure if any of them are like remixed or anything like that, but like my boy Justin is huge, into Cobain and Nirvana and like that old kind of like rock grunge scene, and we grew up with a lot of the same stuff, like the Green Day and the Aerosmith and then going through like stuff like Nirvana, Guns N' Roses, and Metallica, and then also have an appreciation for things like Good Charlotte and Blink 182. It's a little different from each other, but if you grew up like playing Madden, you remember those times on Madden like 2001 with like the Good Charlotte and the stuff that would be in the background. And if you played that game a lot, you remember those little songs that they used to have on those soundtracks. But that was something that just got released a day ago or 2 days ago. So be on the lookout on that. And that was an article through Variety. 53 unreleased Nirvana songs are being released to mark the 30th anniversary of the band's third and final album in Utero. Kind of cool. I mean, like I said, I like hip hop first the most. You know what I'm saying? But I have a little appreciation for everything. Plus, also liking like ECW and like WWF and WCW. Some of the wrestlers had like kind of grunge or rock theme songs. So obviously, I could get into it from my dad, my friends. Wrestling theme songs and that type of vibe. But kind of cool. So anytime I hear anything music-wise, I'll let you know. But a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. I mean, it's not like I listen to Nirvana every day or anything like that. But when we go on road trips together to go to the Mariner games, or Seahawks, typically we'll have like Green Day, Aerosmith, Ozzy, maybe Pantera, Van Halen, like, whatever we're feeling like. But a lot of times it'll be Nirvana and Green Day, like Dookie, and like kind of just going back to when we were kids and when we were younger. So just to have like those memories and listen to those songs, because it's not like I usually don't go out of my way with some of those songs and stuff, It's It's like when I'm working out with Paisley, usually it'll be like E40, maybe like on the Drake channel, the E40 channel, something like that, or maybe Aussie. I guess it just depends on my mood. All right, 2nd down and 7. Shotgun set for Goff. Oh, batted down, almost intercepted. Come on now, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Hello. Nirvana Unplugged. Nice. And like I said, it's cool for me to like hip hop. Obviously my first 5 CDs growing up, and that shaped me as a human, right? Dr. Dre, The Chronic, when I was 10, and that was game over. Then Doggy Style Snoop Dogg, 94, I was 12, game over, right? All Eyes on Me, Tupac double album, right? In that same time period. The Biggie double album, and then Bone Thugs and Harmony with Eternal 1999. It's the first of them, and then game over. I mean, have you listened to those 5? I mean, what am I supposed to listen to after that? Shotgun set, 3rd down and 7. Get rid of it, Goff. Get rid of it, Goff. Short of the first down marker. Marvin Jones with the catch. Chiefs pressure is winning the line of scrimmage battle. The Lions actually have a pretty good offensive line, so it is a little shocking to see the Chiefs getting this much pressure without Chris Jones. But they did have an overload there on the left. So obviously great play calling by Spagnuolo, and Andy Reid's doing his thing, and they're on the road. Now, if the game was in Detroit, there would be a little bit more energy in the building as far as rooting for Detroit. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's a sneak. Wow. Maybe they have listened to me. They like check the phone message. They're like, O-Dog says you need to be a little flashy. You need to take some risks. You need to put in Gibbs. You need to do some trickery. That's the only way you're going to win this game, right? Way to Dan Campbell your way to a fucking first down. First down, Lions. That's going to get me some Amon-Ra St. Brown first down points. Let's go. Look at that. Who's got the balls to put the game on the line to be able to go for it on your own 15-yard line? And if they don't get it, Mahomes gets the touchdown one play later. That takes moxie. That takes balls. And that's why he's my favorite coach. That's not as far as Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, as far as smarts and calling plays, right? He might be my favorite coach in the league that's out there besides Kyle Shanahan. Big facts. Oh, Gibbs. You got to put on that. You got to start bench pressing a little more, Gibbs. That was a little too easy. You got a little wiry frame. Then they took him out. They're like, you need to bench on the sideline. And they get back in there. All right. But Gibbs is slippery. So he could be a guy that could end up, gaining 1,000 yards on the ground and 800 through the air, or 1,000. He could, but it all depends on the targets and the looks. So corrupt, a little Daz Dillinger, a little DJ Quick. What do you know about that? You already know what it is. We grew up with the same shit, Scott. You know it, dude. There we go. First down, Lions. Yeah, and then I had the random stuff like the Young MC, just bust a move, right? Vanilla Ice with the ice, ice, baby. And then with, obviously Jim Carrey impersonating that to the white, white baby, right? And then I'll give you a throwback one, Scott. You ready? With the snow, the Informer. I'll be like, boom, boom, down. You remember that one? Oh, my goodness. Anytime anyone says some shit like that, I immediately go back to being like 10 or 12 years old. Snow Informer? Fuck out of here. That's like some Malibu's Most Wanted shit. I love it. All right, play action fake. Goff. There we go. First down, Lions. Yeah, E40 is my favorite. I mean, I like a lot of artists and whatnot, but I like originality. I think Tech Nine and the underground scene is so underrated. I'll listen to Drake. I listen to throwbacks. I don't really like a lot of the mumble rap, but I like E40, Too Short, Be Legit, P-Lo, West Coast rap. But E40 is one of my probably favorite. If not my favorite, he's in my top 2, top 3. He's just got banger after banger over all these, and I like his originality and his swagger and his slang. It's like he's a game changer. He's an innovator. George Karlaftis, Kershawn Wharton, Derek Nanani, Mike Dana, Willie Gay, Nick Bolton, Beast, Leo Chanel, LeJerry Sneed, Justin Reed, Bron Cook, Trent McDuffie, a little McDuffie in my life from Utah, baby. Let's go. 0-0, Lions on the prowl. Let's go. Your boy needs some fantasy points. Here we go, Gibbs. There we go, Gibbs. There we go. That's why we drafted you. I was actually a little jealous. Who drafted Gibbs in our league? I should look that up, but I really wanted him. There were certain guys I had an eye on. Jay Jetta, right? Amon-Ra St. Brown, Garrett Wilson, and Gibbs was one of the guys that I had circled. Daredevil Steelers in the building. He's like, we're going to win the fucking AFC North. Steelers. They look great in preseason. Nobody looked better. And it is very possible the Steelers. And it all depends on Pickett and the health of the team. The O-line will be a major concern. But if the O-line plays well like they did in preseason, and Pickett and Jordan Love show out, as like the guys kind of breaking into the scene, yeah, you definitely could win the division. You feel me? Goff? Like, I would assume it will be the Steelers or Bengals that win the division, and then the Ravens will finish in third, and then the Browns will finish in fourth. But going into the preseason, I was Bengals. But then after watching all the preseason, Steelers, I mean, they look, and it's not just Kenny Pickett. Like, the line improved. You get Najee, and they got some depth with McFarland and a few of the other guys, and the wide receiver depth. And Pickens looks like he might be the new big thing, the kind of the Odell Beckham on the Steelers. So kind of exciting. And as long as TJ Watt is healthy, you're good. Second down and 5, a little handoff, rumbling and bumbling. Let's go. First down, Lions. Yo, boy. Let's go. I got 3 Lions on my fantasy squad, so obviously I believe in them. And hopefully Cash App, is Cash App down? Did people try to do Cash App and it's not working? I know Mr. Williams said it wasn't. Yeah, and obviously I'm not biased, and I did reaction videos, and I watched, the games in entirety, and I was very impressed. You could say that they looked like the best team in preseason overall, like top to bottom, like offense, defense, O-line, D-line, special teams, like everything was clicking. And I do think that Kenny Pickett and Jordan Love could be the breakout stars, that maybe people are just not sure. But look at the supporting cast that the Steelers and Packers have. As long as you're not throwing 2 to 3 picks a game, you don't have to do a whole lot. Just be you, and then you'll be able to throw 2 to 4 touchdowns a game, maybe have a pick or 2, or some games none, and then start stacking stats and winning games. So, second down and 6, Detroit. I need an Amon-Ra, baby, touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, give me some fantasy points, baby. Let's go, man in motion. Little handoff, and he falls down, and that's going to give me the Amon-Ra St. Brown fantasy points because your boy knew he could be a top 1, top 2, top 3 wide receiver. He could be the number 2, number 3 receiver with Garrett Wilson. Like, it could be Jay Jetta, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Garrett Wilson. It could be Jay Jetta, Garrett Wilson, Amon-Ra St. Brown. And we ain't forgetting about Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams, Tyreek the Freak Hill. But it could be something. Let's go, baby. Extra point is up, and it's good. Your boy just knows. And Garrett Wilson's going to ball out like Amon-Ra St. Brown. Okay, here we go. Shotgun set. Looking. Right over the middle. Touchdown, Lions. That's your boy right there. Fantasy championship. Let's go, baby. You got a guy. Now I need Mahomes to go off and give me some points, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And the thing is, what did I say at the beginning of the game? If he scores 2 to 3 times, this game is over. All right? That's 1. All right? He could have a game where he scores 3 tutties in the game, and your boy gets the fantasy points. And, oh, baby. Extra point is up, and it's good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Like, to me, those are the people that should be able to have the best seasons if everyone stays healthy. Justin Jefferson, right? Jamar Chase, right? Amon-Ra St. Brown, Garrett Wilson. No disrespect to Tyreek and Devontae. They're going to have big stats too. You know what I mean? But I'm talking about like the most exciting 4 wide receivers in the NFL, not including Tyreek Hill, are those 4. Jay Jetta and Jamar Chase, which is kind of like Randy Moss and T.O. And now you got the new kind of, like the AC Slater and the Zach Morris in the building. Like, you got the newbies, and they're just as good. Amon-Ra and Garrett Wilson are like right there. That's exciting. And that's what we need for football fans. Let's go, baby. Yeah, and plus, it shows, sometimes you have to take risks and you don't pick a running back for the first 4 rounds. You find a way and you maximize value. What is a better value than Jay Jetta, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Patrick Mahomes? Number 1 wide receiver, number 1 quarterback, and possibly a number 2 to number 7 wide receiver. I mean, imagine if Amon-Ra ends up being the number 2 receiver. That means I'm going to have the number 1 receiver, the number 2 receiver, or number 3, possibly, or 4, and then number 1 quarterback, number 1 kicker. Let's go. Let's go. You got to get as many number 1s if you want to be a champion, baby. Let's go. Yes, baby. I know Chiefs fans are like, damn, we need Chris Jones. Who? Chris Jones and Travis Kelce. It's very, very important. But not only that, you are missing Eric Bieniemy. So don't try to act like that doesn't matter. It fucking does. And it could be the reason why the Chiefs don't actually get to the Super Bowl. Maybe AFC Championship game, but maybe they lose, right? And also, too, on the flip side, don't be surprised if Washington looks a little bit better than normal because Bieniemy is running that shit, right? You got Riverboat Ron there, but imagine what you got there. So it'll be interesting. And obviously, the talent level is not the same. But at some point, if Bieniemy is still there, Washington will end up winning the division or getting second place within the 5-year period. It's going to happen because his play calling will be just ridiculous, and then he'll get better weapons. And then who knows if Sam Howell is the guy or not, but we will find out real quick if the Washington is better than people think. All right, I need 30 to 50 points out of Mahomes, 20 to 35 with Mahomes, and I need Amon-Ra St. Brown. I need about 30 to 60. 40 from Mahomes, 60 from Amon-Ra. 100 points from 2 guys. 7-0 Lions. It is down. That's terrible. Imagine how many people are working right now. Well, hopefully we can get stuff in the super chat and whatnot then to kind of make up for that. But I appreciate you guys and any of the people that have donated anything that is during the commercial break. If I have time to be able to squeeze in some photos, just let me know what you want, and I got you. Don't hesitate to speak up. I got you. I'm just happy that you guys are here, and we're going to have fun. 7-0 Lions. Here we go. Mahomes with the handoff. Pacheco. And obviously, I'm not really sure what old boy did between Pacheco or with Kenneth Walker. And what did you say? Kenneth Walker has an injury designation. So, I mean, we don't know. Pacheco could end up having 10 points. Pacheco could end up having 30. I mean, we don't really know what kind of targets you're going to be able to get. But you would have to assume his floor, is one thing, but the ceiling should be pretty damn good. No Kelce, so he's got to throw to somebody or hand off to somebody. 2nd down and 8, but all I know is I need some points, Mahomes. I need 25 to 35, baby. 2nd and 8. Uh-oh. Trying to realize that, hey, not throwing to guys not named Travis Kelce ain't working very well. John says, I'm not loyal to you. I got 10 other channels to go to. Thanks a lot, John. Just playing, brother. It's opening day, man. It's a fantastic day. 7-0 Detroit. All right, Chiefs, show me something. 3rd down and 8. Come on, Mahomes. There we go. Yes, sir. 1st down, Chiefs. Move the chains. I need some fantasy points. All right, 1st down and 10. Little jet sweep to Sky Moore. Go, go. Ooh, what a hit. Okay, Lions. You can tell the swagger for Detroit is different. Like I told you, they could win the division this year, next year, or the following year. Yeah, Jordan Love and the Packers might be good. The Vikings probably took a step back. from last year's record and what they look like as a team right now. But you already know Cousins and Jetto will do their thing, but no Dalvin Cook, no Thielen. It's a little different. O-line and defense are a little suspect, especially their corners. They're terrible. And then the Bears, you don't really know. They don't got an O-line or a defense, but Justin Fields and DJ Moore, that's sexy. So it'll be interesting. Lions and Bears got better, and the Packers and Vikings kind of got worse. So we'll see. It evens out. But I love the swagger. Swagger Gardner Johnson, the former Saint. Eagle. Well, yeah, you would never trade St. Brown under any circumstance whatsoever. That's like someone asking if you can have Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase or Garrett Wilson or Amon-Ra St. Brown. The answer would be no every time. You would never want to give up a top 4 guy. Unless you're going to get a top 4 guy in return. Like Amon-Ra for Garrett Wilson, fair trade. Justin Jefferson for Chase, that could be fair. Even though Chase might be slightly better or maybe Jefferson slightly better, but there we go. A little sus. Lions, they broke it, bro. Let's go. End of the first quarter. O-Dog's prediction coming true. 7-0 Lions. Good quarter. Very surprising. And like I said, you could definitely tell certain teams that are on the up and up. And the Lions are definitely one of those teams that you can feel pretty confident about. Mahomes only with 2 points for me so far. Not good. Needs to be better, bro. You better get to at least 20 if you have an off game. Let's go. $25 here. Let's get to a hundo. Anything you guys want to see for photos, just let me know. Let's go. But even though Mahomes is starting off a little slow, at least Amon-Ra doing Amon-Ra things. King Money's got Gibbs starting. Wow. 1.8 points. Hopefully he gets some time. And he's got Bucker with 0. That's rough. I don't think anybody really has anybody else playing. I'm looking at everyone's teams. He's got Gibbs. KCD from Shep. He's got 8 points so far. But King Money's got Gibbs with 1 point and Butker with 0. But that's going to change, you would assume. Okay. Yeah, Nostra. Odognus. Your boy. Yeah, and I have Sarah to thank for the Amon-Ra and Daniel Carlson, because she had both those players, and I watched very carefully how things, and I got jealous of her with those 2 players. So I said, there's no way in hell I'm not going to get those people this year. And when you have an idea and a vision that, everything lines up, yeah, it's nice when it all kind of pans out that way. Let's go, baby. All right, Pacheco, short game. I'll get you some more when we go into commercial break. And this is the most talented Lions team that they've had. I mean, honestly, it's like you had Barry Sanders, Herman Moore, Scott Mitchell, you had Lomas Brown. I mean, Brett Perryman, you had some teams back then. Then you had the Megatron and Stafford era, but you never really had everything. O-line, D-line, defense, Nadal Makongsu. It's like you always had like some pieces, but not enough. There we go. First down, Chiefs. But it's like nice to see, like you got a quarterback, right? You got running backs. You got an O-line with like Ragnow and some of the guys that they have up front. They're awesome. Penny Sewell from the Ducks, right? Then you got defense with Aiden Hutchinson, Michigan stud. So it's like you got kind of like swagger everywhere. And then Amon Ra, the breakout guy, even though Hawkinson's no longer on the team. Like this team is very, very exciting. They got cool jerseys. They have a cool look. They're easy to root for. And I've always been a Barry Sanders, Megatron kind of guy. I've always loved those players. I'm a low key like Lion. I'm not a fan necessarily, but I'm a big supporter. I always have been. And I hate seeing teams that have like potential suck for like 20 or 30 years. Like I put the Lions in the same category as kind of like the Mariners, and it's nice that we're breaking through that kind of mantra, like this is the Mariners, they suck. Now it's like, oh, the Mariners kind of good. And I feel the Lions are going to get that kind of label as well. Pretty sweet. Second down and 10, Lions 7, Chiefs 0. Mahomes, get out of there. Get out of there. Go, baby. Go, baby. Go, baby. Go, baby. Nice. First down, Chiefs. He's like, Orion has me in fantasy, so I'm going to fucking play with all the passion that I got. I got to get all the fantasy points for O-Dog. I'm like, thank you, Mahomes. You know exactly what I want. All right, it's like, if you're not going to get that, right, just run, bro. You feel me? I need those fantasy points. I picked you over fucking Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen and Joe Burrow and Justin Fields. So let's go. Mahomes, hand off. Oh, Pacheco down to the 2. Touchdown! Touchdown! Rashee Rice. Let's go, baby. You already know what it is. Chiefs. Let's go. Second down and goal. Shotgun set. Little flip. Rice. Shake and bake. Just kidding. Let's go, baby. Show me. Let's go, Chiefs. Let's go, Mahomes. You ask and you shall receive, baby. Woo, yeah. Later short, lay a pass to Rice for a 1-yard tutty. Booker with an extra point. He's good, baby. Let's go. Look at this play call. McKinnon to Mahomes. I mean, look at that. A very Bieniemy-like play. Look at this. Mahomes, looking. Touchdown, Kansas City. Give me some fantasy points, baby. Let's go. Rashee Rice. Let's go. Hell yeah. Not good if you have Pacheco in fantasy. I mean, you have to be able to monitor people in the league and monitor the players. You have to look at, who are the top 4 teams in fantasy and how are they getting there? How am I playing against these other 3 people? And then once you break down people's roster, a lot of people didn't realize that Daniel Carlson on the Raiders was the number 1 kicker for 2 years in a row. Yeah, there's Justin Tucker and these other guys that are out there, Koo and Myers, but to see the type of production that Carlson was putting up, and also watching Sarah's team get like 10 to 18 points almost every week at kicker, I was like, holy shit. I was like, I got to get this guy. And your boy did. So hopefully he ends up having a good year. And then Amon Ra was the same type of thing too. But I agree. And Tampa's usually dog shit, and the Lions were right there with them normally. I mean, besides when I got Brady and Bruce Arians and Gronk and AB. AB with the CTE. AB is crazy. I don't know if you guys seen him on Twitter/X, or Instagram. The guy is, I mean, he's even making posts now talking about CTE, like just like trying to maximize, the shock value of him just talking about it, and essentially making fun of it, but essentially also having it and maybe not realizing that you have it. So Scotty McDowell. He's got a question. Is Ohtani's contract devalued now of the Tommy John being a possibility with the UCL? Yes. That means that teams like the Mariners can get him for cheaper. Cheaper is better. So instead of paying $1 billion, we'll pay $500 million. Right? Yeah. I mean, like I said, if we can get him for a little bit cheaper, yeah. I mean, the teams are definitely going to try to lowball, the Ohtani's agent and whatnot. But he is worth more money than anybody else. I mean, Aaron Judge is great, and Yordan Alvarez and some of these other like power hitters, but to be able to pitch and be like a top 15 pitcher and to be one of the best hitters and possibly like a top 2 home run hitter or top 3 on top of getting so many Ks and possibly 10 wins or close to that. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely worth a $500 million or $1 billion, but but since that injury happened, yeah, it's definitely going to help other teams, maybe Seattle. And to me, the only thing I can see is either like the Dodgers or Seattle. That's really the only place I can see. So, did the Mariners win? Mariners win? Does Ohtani pull a Harper and come back extremely quick this season? No, because they're out of the playoff hunt. If you're Ohtani, you have to look out for your bag. You have to look out for your money and whatnot. But I can only envision Ohtani playing in the Dodgers or Mariners, honestly. We have a Japanese following here. He's really tight with Ichiro. Griffey's tight with Julio. I mean, what's a better, fatal four-way with the 4 horsemen when you got Griffey mentoring fucking Julio Rodriguez on the daily, right? And then you got Ichiro on top of Ohtani. I mean, we're talking about 4 of the greatest players that have ever played ever in Seattle. So make it happen, Ohtani. But if he wants to go for like the faster championship opportunity to battle the Braves and try to come out on top with the Dodgers, then yeah, Mookie, Freddie, Ohtani, fucking A. That's fucking that could put you over the top over the Braves if you get Ohtani there. Mookie, Freddie, Ohtani, holy shit, right? But I think Julio Ohtani is a little bit sexier, but I think we can still win without him, but I hope we get him. First down and 10. Knotted up at 7, baby. Great game so far. Man in motion. Hand off. Oh, whistle's blown. And the cool thing about the Lions, too, is that it gives you a chance that I've been saying it for 2 to 3 years. Jared Goff is good. Kirk Cousins is good. Derek Carr, right, is good. But a lot of y'all, not maybe you guys in the room, but a lot of people just want to be like, well, they're not fucking top 5, so they fucking suck. But remember, there's 32 teams that have quarterbacks. If you're in the top 16, that's good. But if you're literally 10 through 13, I mean, that's not that far off from 7, 8, 9, and 10. Like it really isn't. So you might be a couple pegs below, like a Lamar Jackson. But some people would say, well, I would rather have Cousins or Carr or maybe a Jared Goff if they have a great season and don't turn the ball over, because maybe Lamar turns it over more and has more injury issues. And maybe Carr and Cousins and Goff won't get injured. You're going to get a running quarterback in Lamar and you get like this explosive play. But if he's injured, it doesn't help, right? So even though Lamar's rated higher, I don't think Goff and Carr and Cousins are bad quarterbacks. I would have them on my team. And I think the San Francisco 49ers are going to get Kirk Cousins next year, and that'll help them get to a Super Bowl. Goff, get rid of it. Brock Wright. Where's Sam Laporta? Now I got to decide after this game or the first 2 games if I keep Laporta or if I end up dropping him. But hopefully Laporta gets some opportunities to at least get a few targets. But even if he doesn't, you got to just be able to look out for it's week to week in fantasy, and you're just looking to be able to look ahead. And against the Rays, too. They did 1-0. Awesome. Hell yeah. That's huge. To only score 1 run with a Ford RBI and we won. That's so awesome. All right, here we go. Goff. Hand off. Montgomery with not a whole lot of blocking on front. And my buddy is asking me what jersey that he should get. He's been an old school Bronco fan, since like the Elway days and whatnot. I was like, bro, if you're gonna go for jersey, dude, you already know what it is. There's only two options. It's Simmons, Justin Simmons, or PS2, Patrick Surtain. Those would be the two that I would get, and I would get them both in white. That's what I told him. So I imagine he'll probably start with the Justin Simmons and then get maybe Surtain later this season or next year. I was like, that's the way to do it, bro. Play action fake, Goff. Steps up in the pocket. Woo! First down. Lions. Who's that guy that just caught the pass? Amon-Ra St. Brown. Move the chains, baby. And it'll be very interesting, with Jamar Chase if he can stay healthy. But if he gets nicked up for like 1 to 5 games, it is possible Amon-Ra St. Brown and Garrett Wilson could be right there with Justin Jefferson at the end of the year. And maybe Amon-Ra and Garrett Wilson have better stats than Jamar Chase. It's possible, unless Burrow and Chase have a record-breaking Super Bowl year, then maybe not. But it's cool to be able to think that maybe we have a top 5 receiver out of Amon-Ra and a top 5 out of Garrett Wilson this year. Like the next breed of elite receivers entering their name into the category. As Tyreek and Devontae fall back, Garrett Wilson and Amon-Ra step up, and they just blast through the door. And I love that shit. Amon-Ra, 3 tutties tonight. 2 to 3 tutties tonight. Let's go. Second down and 11. Lions are playing great so far. Here we go. Laporta. Yeah, baby. Don't fumble it. First down, Lions. Oh, that was a good sign. I was going to say, I better see Laporta at least get a look at some point, in the game in the first half. And I'm hoping that, and I know I watched him in practice, and obviously I watched in preseason. He has a connection to Laporta. So, and look at it, he's an athlete, second rounder, TJ Hawkinson replacement. So this could have been the steal in the draft by me making the tough decision, by trying to go 3 tight ends deep because Mark Andrews has had a quad injury and he's missed 6 practices. So now I have Mark Andrews, Juwan Johnson, right, who went beast mode, and then now I have Laporta. So I like that. Okay, they made that choice for me a little bit better instead of like, oh, they're not even going to use him at all. Like, you're a starting tight end, use him. Nice. And sometimes you have to make championship moves before people realize it's a championship move. You know what I'm saying? Like, what happens if Laporta ends up turning into a top 10 tight end this year? And I just snagged him while he was just sitting there and everyone was sleeping. Sometimes you got to have that intuition and hope that your guts are, correct. And, and obviously having the Andrews injury led me to go down that path. Now, if Andrew was healthy, I wouldn't have picked him up probably. Maybe I would have, maybe I wouldn't have. But here we go. I like options. Here we go. First down, Lions. And like I said, if there's one team that I root for every single year, right, it's the Detroit Lions. And it's been like that for me ever since I was a little kid. Barry Sanders, Joey Harrington getting drafted there, Megatron. There's a lot of guys that have been there that, even the Ndamukong Suh played football here, high school football in Oregon before he went to Nebraska. So it's like I had a connection with so many of these guys on the Lions. And I like their helmets. I like their jerseys. I like their swagger. But the thing I like the most about them is Dan Campbell. I love Dan Campbell. Uh-oh, fumble. Fall on it. There we go. Good decision. Good decision, Goff. Goff in the Goff fence. Coughed it up, but landed on it. So are we still, is Cash App still down? Is that it's like, did they put out a statement or did people try to donate and it didn't go through? Second down and 20, shotgun set. Goff. Nice, Gibbs. Woo, big hit. And you can see Gibbs' speed. So it's instead of being like that power, with Swift and Jamal, Swift and Jamal, Swift and Jamal, and then Jamal on the goal line, they're opening up the offense like a Bieniemy offense. where they got the pounder, like the Swift, like in the Montgomery, bang, 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 bang. But then they got a guy they can throw screen passes to now because Jamal isn't that guy. He's the goal line back, right? So now they got Gibbs, and that's why he was such a sleeper in the draft because it's exactly what they wanted. So even though some people said that was a bad pick, but we all are smarter than that to realize Iowa, right? And obviously who they picked on the other side of the ball as well. Come on, man. Screen pass. Oh, fumble. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Damn it. Fumble, boo. Damn it. Fumble's no good. McDuffie with the fucking huge hit. At least that wasn't Amon-Ra that fumbled. Mahomes has got to get me to at least 20 if he's going to have an off night. Shows you how important Kelsey is, to the team, and the enemies to the team, and Chris Jones is the team. You really start realizing those key pieces. Like even with like J.P. Crawford when he gets hurt for the Mariners, I can feel it instantly. I'm like, we suck. I was like, where is my guy? I just like the idea of having two new beast receivers coming in around the same time, about a year apart, like Jay Jetta and Jamar Chase, and now with Amon-Ra and Garrett Wilson. Like I think you're really going to see like the league is going to change a little bit, and it's not going to be talking about Jay Jetta and Jamar Chase as much as they were the last couple of years. Now there's two other guys on the scene, and it's cool to see them get the love that they deserve. So much fun. Less throws to Marvin Jones and some of the other receivers, more throws to my guy. Fantasy, 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 fantasy. Knowing who's going to break out before they break out. Fantasy, 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 fantasy. Touchdown, Amon-Ra. Touchdown, Amon-Ra. Touchdown, Amon-Ra. St. Brown. Not JT in the building. What's good? But, like anytime people want to devalue Travis Kelce, devalue Chris Jones, but the one guy that they're not talking about at all is Eric Bieniemy. How is the offense going to look without him there? Yeah, Andy Reid still has the playbook, but still, it's like being able to have that second brilliant mind right next to you. And Andy Reid's the best coach in the league. Bieniemy's one of the best coordinators. I mean, we've already known that. And we can't just act like, oh, he's gone. That impact might be even more significant than Tyreek leaving. Like, Bieniemy not being there could be the reason why they don't actually win the Super Bowl or maybe even get to the Super Bowl this year. We'll see about the Bengals and the Steelers and the Bills and the Jets and a few other teams, the Ravens. We'll see what's up. But I'm interested to see who comes out of the AFC this year. Is it the Chiefs? Is it the Bengals? Could it be a wild card like the Steelers? Possibly. Second down and 8, shotgun set. Come on, Mahomes. Come on, Mahomes. There we go. Good decision, sliding down. But you got to think, if you're the Lions and you're not down 20-7, even if you were, you feel good. You're like, well, fuck it, we're going to play better in the second half. But at this point, like I told you at the beginning of the game, the Lions could win, especially with Kelce and Jones out. That it makes it pretty even. Now it's just going to be about who hangs on to the football and what big player makes more plays, Mahomes or Goff and Amon-Ra and Gibbs. It's like what combination of and then what defense is going to step up the most? Is it going to be Hutchinson and company? Or are you going to get like a wide collective, unit from the Chiefs where everyone is flying around? 7-7. I don't think anyone saw that coming. Now, but if Kelsey and Chris Jones is playing, what's the real score? Probably 14-7 or 17-7, I would assume. So, and we're on the countdown to 20,000 subs. Hopefully, we can get a few more. And I imagine when we do football games this season, we will be rated. I would assume a couple times, you know. And the raids come and they want to be able to throw the subs to get us over a certain number or whatnot. You know, I just want people to be able to stick around. You know what I mean? I don't want the fake subs where they sub and then a day later they unsub. But eventually by doing reaction videos and just doing the content and going through, we're going to get to our number. We'll break through. I'm gonna go get my drink. Oh, Travis Kelsey, Jason Kelsey, Mama Kelsey. Yep. But like I said, I mean, if people actually come here and listen to what we talk about in the show, you can be a very rich man and woman based off, placing bets, winning parlays. You know what I mean? Because the amount of information that's read and the film that's watched, we can predict things a lot faster than other people and other channels. It just depends on how much work you're looking to put in. And you're not going to be right about everything. But, the Lions team is coming. And like I said, don't be surprised if they end up winning the division this year, next year, or the following year, or getting a wild card and getting second place. It could be as early as this year, right? The Lions and the Bears got better, right? And the Packers and the Vikings got worse. So even though the Vikings and Packers still might be 10-win teams, what happens if the Bears and Lions are too? You don't really know yet. We have to wait and see. Tommy Townsend with the punt. That's terrible that the app is down. It's like when the NFL is going, like the worst possible time. Are you kidding me? Great job by the Lions. And I know you have Goff on your fantasy team out on the bench. And yeah, if you didn't pick him, I was going to. I was going to have Mahomes and Goff as like the two. So sometimes if you believe in a team, you want to rack up. I got Montgomery, I got Laporta, just to give me depth with Juwan Johnson and Mark Andrews, just in case he breaks out, starts throwing up a couple tens back to back. And then, because once he puts up a touchdown and throws up a 10 and like a 10, no one's going to get rid of him for the rest of the year. He's just going to be on someone's bench. Or if someone gets injured, you might, plug and play and whatnot. But if you're the Chiefs, you're like, please, Chris Jones, get in the building. And Travis Kelsey, please get healthy. Otherwise, this team is a shell of itself. And no Eric Bieniemy on top of that. So they're missing three key things that they had last year, even though the two might only be temporary. And one is obviously in Washington. 3:47 left. Can we get another Amon-Ra St. Brown touchdown, baby? How's that sound? Yeah. Odin Sun says defense is atrocious. I said Lions are good. They have one of the best O lines in the NFL. They have Aiden Hutchinson, so you got one of the best defensive ends, pass rushers. You got players at every position. You got Dan Campbell, right? You know what I mean? You got the type of running backs that you want with Montgomery, a power, and Gibbs, the athletic. Amon-Ra, maybe a top 2, 3, 4 receiver this year. I mean, Marvin Jones ain't that bad. I mean, and then Jameson Williams, once he gets off the suspension around week 7, week 8, you got something here. Laporta, as long as they stay healthy, this team could make the playoffs and win 10, 11 games. Oh, incomplete. I mean, especially if they win this first one. I mean, to start off the season beating the Super Bowl champs, regardless if they have Chris Jones and Kelsey or not, that's a big accomplishment. I mean, for the Detroit Lions, it's baby steps. But it's like if you win this game, you might end up winning like the next 2 after, just based off momentum and Uncle Mo. But Goff is super blessed that he went from best friend Cooper Kupp to like a top 5 guy to another top 5 guy. I mean, not many quarterbacks get that. Get open, Amon-Ra. Oh, it's 12 minutes. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Nice sack lunch there. All right, there you go, Chiefs defense. All right, now you're starting to hear the Chief crowd. I mean, you haven't heard them since the beginning of the game, and it shows you a crowd can really influence a game, and they have been dead quiet the whole game until the beginning, until now. So 2 minutes left before halftime. That's why the score's 7-7. Wow, look at that special teams by the Lions. These guys are different, and I love it. Well, I don't think anybody expected him to do anything, right? But you never know where the Chiefs are going to get the football. That's why it's kind of like a wild card, unless it's like Kelsey or Mahomes. Who the hell knows? Kadarius Toney could score 2 times, and the next 3 games, nothing. Like you don't know how they're going to distribute the football. Mahomes, get rid of it, baby. I need fantasy points. Yes, go. First down, Chiefs. Move the chains. Toby in the building. Duval. What's good, brother? Two-minute warning. Even though the game is like 7-7, and this might be like the lowest scoring, like kind of like first game, first half that we remember in many, many years, I'm fucking really entertained. Just the feeling that the Lions could win, and we know the Chiefs will be good, and they'll recover with Kelsey when he gets healthy and Chris Jones. But you're starting to see the birth of the Detroit Lions, kind of like a Seattle Mariner team or a Baltimore Oriole team from this year, like kind of emerge, or like the Blue Jays from last year, the Mariners, where like you start to see the greatness unfold in front of your very eyes, or it's like a child, kind of like blossoming and kind of hitting a different stage of growing up. Like, seeing someone grow up in front of your very eyes, and it's super dope. Herbert is going to be fucking amazing. You got to think Eckler will be good. Mike Williams will be good. Quentin will be good. The draft pick from TCU, the wide receiver. Keenan Allen will be good. But the problem is the O-line typically stinks and they get injured. The coach stinks. He's a horrible play caller, always going for it on 4th down like he's Chip Kelly. He's a moron. Staley and Lynn were terrible. And I'm a Duck guy, so I'm going to keep it real. The defense has names, but they always get hurt like Derwin James and Joey Bosa, which sucks. So until they get guys that can stay healthy on the field, they can fight this injury curse bug that they have on offensive line and defense. Get a better coach. Get rid of fucking Staley. And, I was hoping that they were going to get like a Sean Payton. And if they got a Sean Payton, that could turn it around for them. Sean Payton could have benefited Dallas Cowboys with Dak the most, or Justin Herbert with the Chargers. But there needs to be a quarterback whisperer for Dak and Justin Herbert to take it to the next level. And if they don't get it, they're not going to go that much higher, at least for Dak. Herbert can, but Herbert's only going to be able to get to the AFC Championship game and Super Bowl if he gets a quarterback guru to help him, because obviously the O-line and the defense and the coaching and the play calling are trash. So the Chargers could end up finishing in second place with 10 wins and 7 losses, but they probably won't win. the playoff game, they'll probably match up against the Jags again and lose. So Mahomes' lowest scoring opener is 33, but also too, he's had Travis Kelce in every one of those games, and probably Chris Jones, or when he was at least drafted and was there. So this is the first time the team has been the weakest. So that's why the game is 7-7. So, but that is an interesting stat. Did you just look that up? There's no way you knew that off the top of the head. But I like your effort by looking up stats and giving me info because I love info. I'm an analytic and stat guy. I'm a freak. I love that stuff. Mahomes. Oh, almost picked. Appreciate you, not JT. You the man. Second down and 10. Shotgun set to Mahomes. Nice defense. And one thing that you will notice also with Detroit, they're flying around at defense. They've never flew around on defense. They've never even had guys to fly around on defense. But what that is called is the Aiden Hutchinson effect. You got a guy that is, he is him. You got a guy from Michigan, and now everyone is like kind of playing up to that standard, and you're seeing them fly around. Aaron Glenn's doing a great job. Chiefs are going, yeah, because he's a fucking idiot, just like most people that are on TV and podcasts. Get rid of him, Mahomes. Noah Gray with the catch, but short of the first down marker with a flag, probably a holding on the O-line. Oh, what's up, E? My girl. 7-7. Lions and Chiefs. Cash app down. Boo. Hopefully they fix that shit. But we got an amazing game so far. And even though it's lower scoring, you guys know I love defense, right? I love, love, love it. So if we can have a close game like this, it could be like a pick six or a fumble recovery for a touchdown or a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. You never know what big play could end up deciding the game, especially when it's so even, you know? Like the Lions look like the playoff team, and the Chiefs look like they're lost. You know what I mean? No Kelce, no Jones. They're still getting pressure without Chris Jones. So the defense is doing a good job. But the offense for the Chiefs does not look good without Travis Kelce in there. So it shows you the impact of the swagger when they have a full roster compared to, trying to manufacture something. And the one thing that it won't be discussed, and if people watch my show or they, want to copycat and everything, the number one thing, Eric Bieniemy, after today, and you go through and you watch games this year, even when Chris Jones and Travis Kelce come back, if the scoring ends up being, tragically lower, Eric Bieniemy, he's in Washington now, so we will see. My girl E, equalizer 3. Me and E with some breadsticks from the Olive Garden with the G's. Can't wait. Little soup, little breadstick, little pasta with the crispy chicken. Golly, equalizer 3. Let's go. Mahomes going deep. Oh wow! First down, Chiefs. Move the chains. Wow, Mahomes wants to get some fantasy points for your boy. Big ass fucking chain like Flava Flav. Move the chains. Let's go. 45 seconds left before halftime. Mahomes, let's go. Mahomes, Mahomes, Mahomes. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Touchdown, Chiefs. Oh, fantasy points, fantasy points. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We're knotted up at 7-7, but now it's 13-7, and a lot of y'all will be seeing this in just a second. Let's go. Shotgun set. Mahomes. Sidearm slinging it. Bang! Touchdown, Kansas City. Blake Bell from Patrick Mahomes for 4 yards. Harrison Butker extra point is good. 14-7 Chiefs. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Yo, boy. And then the Pacheco fantasy owners are pissed, right? And then Mahomes, I might still be able to get to 25 to 40 points, depending on how it goes. Amon Ra might be able to get me another tutty or two. What a great game so far. And I'm really, I reflect. I mean, I wish Kelsey was there because I guarantee if Kelsey was playing, you'd already have a touchdown with him. And he probably would have, probably 10 to 17 points already. So probably like around 10 to 12 because I would assume he would have a tutty and some yards. And that would only be in the first half, and then, and who knows? If Kelsey's healthy, maybe he has both of those touchdowns. But even with that being said, no, Eric Bieniemy, no, Travis Kelsey, no, Chris Jones. Who? Chris Jones. They still have weapons, and Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback on planet Earth. And they don't even have the best offensive line. Can you imagine if the Chiefs actually had a good offensive line? Then Mahomes' numbers would even be better. He's like kind of like a Michael Jordan. He makes everyone around him better. Even the Bill Cartwrights and the Jim Paxtons. The B.J. Armstrongs, the Horace Grants, the role players, Stacey King, right? Bill Wennington. Jordan makes everyone better. Ron Harper, Tony Kukoc, right? You already know the Jordan and Pippen connection, but what about the others? The Stacey Kings. Let's go. Showtime. And the boo cash app. Hopefully they fix it. Hope you feel better, not JT. Oh, projected for 144. Is that good? Let's go. No mercy. But I'm glad the Mariners won. 1-0. I'll take that. And then again, I'll do a reaction video to this tomorrow morning, and then no stream tomorrow night because I'm going to go see Equalizer 3. I'm a big Denzel fan, so me and E are going to see Denzel and Equalizer 3, and then do the Duck game on Saturday against Texas Tech on the road. I'm super excited about that. It'll be from like 4 to 7 on Saturday Pacific time, and then go to Olive Garden, get some nice food after, and maybe some drinks, and go from there. So. Now, me and Reflect are playing each other in the first week. Yeah, my draft this year was one of the best I've ever done without picking a running back in the first 3 rounds. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be projected for 130 or more every week, but I mean, as long as I don't have any major injuries, and then I think the second person in the league is at 123, and then everyone else is below that is at like 117, 118, 116, which doesn't mean that they're going to end at that number. You could be projected for 116 and hit a 250. They just, the players have to overachieve. So. Oh, and I went to Petco today, based on some of y'all generous donations and whatnot. So. And I got her because I took my mom. She had to get like a little minor like eye surgery type thing procedure. So I ended up dropping her off today, and then ended up getting Paisley. What did I get her? New rope, a ball. What else did I get? Like one of those like stuffed animal type things. Like it looks like a raccoon with like some squeakers in it, some greenies, blueberry. And then we ended up going to the old school park, in my old place. So we were like right on the Tualatin River, walking in the forest and everything. It was fun, And then I got back in time to make the thumb, and I appreciate you guys. Anytime I can take care of Paisley, it's to see her happy, and then obviously roll down the windows in the back seat so she could stick her head out, of the car, and I mean, every dog does, but especially with like pitties and American Staffordshire Terriers, like having their head out the window is like a must based off like their nose and how they smell so much more like than a human, like 1,000 times more. So it's nice to be able to see Paisley Pup happy. All right, 14-7 Chiefs. Shotgun set. Come on, Goff. Laporta again. Let's go. 2 catches in the first half. I mean, they're nothing big, but that's a good sign. And hopefully that'll be his check down guy moving forward. I hope that they keep continuing going to him, and maybe he'll end up scoring 5 to 6 touchdowns possibly this season. 4, 5, 6 maybe. Yeah, but when it's Travis Kelce, everyone does it. I would say in most leagues, if you do a 10 or a 12, Travis Kelce usually is coming off the board in the first round, even if it's a 10-man or a 12-man. I mean, he's only been hurt, like he's only missed like a few games in his whole career. It's just unfortunate that this shit happened. Otherwise, he probably would have like 15 to 20 fantasy points already with Kelce right now. Goff. And then Sarah went for TJ Hawkinson second, even over Mark Andrews and Kittle, which was a little surprising, but not just based off targets and no Adam Thielen or Cooks. So he could be like the second option for Kirk Cousins behind Jay Jetta. So I thought that was a pretty brilliant move by Sarah as long as he gets the targets. So then I was stuck with either Andrews or Kittle. Kittle's got more boom where he can get more 2 touchdown games in a season, like 3 or 4, and he'll score more touchdowns. But if Andrews is healthy, he'll be more consistent. And I kind of look for the consistency guys. So. But now it seems like Kelce, Andrews, and Kittle are all banged up a little bit, which is unfortunate to start off the season. So you might end up having like Hawkinson and Waller might break out this year. Hawkinson for the Vikings and Waller for the Giants with Danny Dimes. So 14-7 Chiefs. Shotgun set for Goff. Come on, baby. Let's go, Jared. Goff hands. First down, Lions. Move the chains. Nice catch by Josh Reynolds. All right. 7 seconds left. Yeah. But also, too, I do my draft later than anyone else does on planet Earth. Some people do a draft within like preseason week 1, preseason week 2, week 3. I wait to like literally almost the very end. Most people aren't going to do it the day before because people have shit going on. So we have to do it a couple days before. So I usually do it on the Monday before. So that way we have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, a few days to reflect on our team. All right, Goff. 2nd and 10. Sideline. Yeah, incomplete. 5 seconds remaining, but it is halftime, baby. Good game so far. And if you're the Lions, you got to be pretty proud of how things are going. Oh, good defense. Yeah. So Cash App is trending number 18 on X or Twitter about it being down. It's been down for 3 hours. We're experiencing connection issues. More info at status.cash.app. Interesting. It's been down for like 6 hours on the first game of the NFL season. Come on. You kidding me? That's definitely going to affect a lot of people. Going deep, incomplete, and we're at halftime, 14-7 Chiefs. That was actually one of the most entertaining first halves that I've seen in a long time. Lower scoring, more defense, but still some big moments. And the Lions are right in the game, even though that they are losing by a touchdown. But they actually feel like they kind of won that first half, to a certain degree. But the Lions look like a playoff team for sure. Amber in the building. I miss you. How are you? Jake Hayner suspended for 6 games, 4 games, 5 games, 6 games. He been hitting the roids, boy. Who dat? Who dat? Who dat gonna take them roids? Hayner, Hayner. Jake Hayner. Is that what happened? Is that the lowdown, Amber? That's unfortunate too because I really liked what he was doing. So was he only doing like beast mode because of the roids, or what was the full report, Amber, that came out for him? I've seen a couple things on my timeline. Obviously, Saints fans weren't really too thrilled with that. So yeah, well, they're at home and they are, a second half team. So I'm talking to Odin's son. Supplements for years, and they tested him, and it was a ban. So he was just taking a banned substance for like a couple years, and just kept taking it every day. Fuck it. It's like you have elevated levels of this HGH. He's like, what do you mean? I've been taking this shit for 8 years. How do you think I got to the NFL? That's crazy. So what are they going to do with him then? Are they going to end up keeping him on the roster, or are they going to? What are they doing with him? Have they said? Obviously, he's suspended, so he can't do anything at this point. But he had some talent, you know. That's crazy though. $25. Let's get to Hundo, and hopefully I'll keep an eye on Cash App to see if there's any other updates. 2.1 million followers. But they actually posted 6 hours ago. So it seems like it's been down since like noon. That's terrible. Like literally the worst day that you could actually have that happen. The first game of the NFL. Come on. No, I wouldn't bet on this game because it could go either way. You would assume that the Chiefs will hang on because they're at home, but hopefully we can have the Lions fight to the very, very end. Unless the Lions defense makes huge plays, like they get a pick six or a fumble for a touchdown, or the Lions just go off with them on Raw or something, then we'll find out. But you would assume that the Chiefs will have enough to squeak it out. Takes them to quarterback 3. Yeah, I think you're right. All the peds. Motherfucker was on all the peds, Amber. Of course, I remember David Boston. You're David Boston with the muscles, dude. The Ohio State University. Old school. I love old school names. You know what's funny, Scott? I ended up seeing something on my timeline, and it was a game that we used to play. Game Day 99 on PlayStation 1, where we'd like sit on your fucking beanbags and drink Snapple from the little mini fridge, from your stepdad or whatever coming home from the Snapple and whatnot. But I had it come up and it actually showed gameplay. And I was like, oh, shit, that's me and Scott. So it was wild. John needs the parlay to hit to pay the rent. That's a big deal. How are you, brother? Good luck with that. I hope you end up winning. Michael in the building. What's good? You guys will be fine. You know what's really disrespectful when I see the polls of these CBS and all these people, and they have the Saints as one of like the bottom 10 teams. Like they could end up winning the NFC or being like second or third. So obviously, some of these people that are covering the NFL are absolutely idiots. I'm a Buck fan, but I can still see that team could be very, very good. They have the best balance besides the Niners and Eagles. I don't understand why they think that they're going to only win like 7 or 8 or 9 games. Like, what are they looking at that makes them think that they're only going to win 7 or 8 or 9 games unless there's serious injuries? Like Carr gets hurt, Olave gets hurt, Cameron Jordan gets hurt, Lattimore gets hurt, Demario Davis gets hurt. Yeah, maybe you win 7 games, but if that shit don't happen, I don't see it. So, super jacked. Hey guy, $5 holla. My boy. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $5 holla. Appreciate you. Let me know what you guys want to see for photos from the people that donated, and I got you. Appreciate you. Packers, Bears. Yeah. Well, the Bears and Lions got better. The Packers and the Vikings look like they might have gotten slightly worse. The Vikings definitely did. The Packers maybe slightly, but I think Love might actually be pretty good. So he won't be Aaron Rodgers, but if Love can run that offense, they could still win 10, 11 games if they, can stay healthy. So we'll see. 30 doll hairs. Let's get to a hundo. A guy with the message. Raiders. What do you want? Max Crosby? Bo Jackson? Tim Brown? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I love him. I think Cousins could be the Niner quarterback next year after leaving Minnesota. They could get to a Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins. But I think Cousins, Carr, and Goff are the 3 most underrated quarterbacks in the NFL as far as guys that are ranked somewhere between 10 and 15. You remember, there's 32 quarterbacks. So you want to be in the top 16. So it's like Trevor Lawrence is up there. You got Goff there. You got Cousins there, Carr there. And yeah, they may fuck up from time to time, and that's why they're not top 8 quarterbacks. But it's okay to be like the 10th or the 12th or the 14th. Like, for me, I like those guys. I like Cousins. I like Carr. I like Goff. I like Trevor Lawrence. Like I can see the progression. And Trevor could end up being better than those guys, but Trevor was a number 1 overall pick. So he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be good, but I mean, I like those 3, Goff, Carr, and Cousins, better than any of the rookies that we've seen in a while. So, but again, I think if you just look at, Dan Campbell and his personality, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Goff, one of the good offensive lines with Ragnow, then you got Hutchinson there. The Lions could end up making the playoffs in the next 3 years. Hell, they could make it this year. They look pretty good. So. Gino, yeah, Gino's there as well. Somewhere between 10 and 15. Gino, Trevor Lawrence, Carr, Cousins, Goff. Like, there's no bad names there. Like, if you want to talk shit, you can talk shit. Yeah, sorry. Not everyone's quarterback can't be Patrick Mahomes, or fucking Josh Allen or Herbert or Burrow. I mean, unless you're one of those, But if you're looking at like a tier or a tier after, I mean, hell, honestly, as good as Lamar is, I might actually go for some of those other names than like Lamar. Lamar might be highly rated or like him or Dak or whatever, but it just depends on the type of quarterback that you want. If you want a pocket quarterback or like a running quarterback, I want guys that don't turn over the fucking ball. That's what I'm looking for. Don't matter if you're white or you're black or you're Mexican or you're Asian. Just give me a quarterback that doesn't turn over the fucking ball. That's facts. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It's just the rivalry between the Rams and him. But now on this team, he's a little bit more likable. It's like when Brady was on the Patriots, boo. But then when Brady came to the Bucks, it was not like boo. It was kind of like some people were like, fuck you, boo. But then there was people that like, well, he's kind of rootable. Now he's on the Buccaneers. Like, my team normally sucks, and then all of a sudden here comes Brady and Gronk, and we're kind of a likable team. Not everyone likes us. Of course, like Saints fans and whatnot, but like he was more likable on the Bucks than he was on the Pats. Same thing with Goff. Maybe boo with the Rams, unless you're a Rams fan. But then when he goes to the Lions, you're like, yeah, I like this. So sometimes a change of scenery can do a lot. So Carr's going to be great at Nolans. So yeah, that's why I had him. Justin Herbert, Geno Smith, picked him up on the wire. Justin Fields picked him up on the wire. Oh, for sure. But you have to realize you got to get rid of Brian Kelly. He's terrible. Anytime you do like a video with the players and you're doing this and you're doing this and you're looking like a fucking idiot, you're looking like a poser. And like I said, the first thing you need to do is fire him. You got to get rid of him. He's not, he might have been a decent coach at Notre Dame. He ain't the right fit there. Hell, Coach O is better than him. You got to find people that are real and genuine, not motherfuckers that are doing music videos and doing this shit and looking like a fucking idiot as they're going into a 360 on a platform with a player that you tried to recruit and he didn't even come there to the school. That's facts. You look like a poser. He looks fake. And like I said, you don't got Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You don't got Jay Jetta. You don't got Jamar Chase. You don't got Burrow. The swagger for the LSU is not going to be there. Like, they're going to only be good every 5 to 10 years. It's like Georgia, Bama. You already know what you're getting. Ohio State, Michigan. Now you're starting to see like, USC and a few of these other teams, with the recruiting trail. But, that's how it goes. You have to understand that Florida State was the real deal. That defense looked like one of the best Florida State defenses they may have ever had in their team history. Like, since they had Derek Brooks, like, a lot of teams would have lost to Florida State, in that game. So you just have to realize, you're only going to be as good as your coaches and your players. And you got to get rid of that motherfucker. He is an idiot. He's not a good coach. You lost the whole fan base already. So. And Odin's son was like, I'm gonna try to send you $25, but Cash App. Once he gets his, I was like, I don't know when that's gonna go through, but hopefully it, because obviously if I can get it there, I'll get more. If you do the super chat, which is still very appreciative, then that goes towards like, like rent and other things like next month bills and whatnot. So. Kelsey was 100 points better than the next tight end. I would know that because I had Mark Andrews. Shout out to Marcos Pineda for always watching my shit and always sharing my shit. He's the only one in Oregon that like reps me like to the end. And like I said, I got all these supposed friends, you know what I mean, right? But he's the only one that will watch and share and like really try to promote my shit, and that means a lot. So like when we end up getting big, who do you think I'm going to end up taking care of first? I'm going to be taking care of him first. That's the type of person. You're going to be able to show me that. Just that dedication and that passion and that love and support. Yeah. Oh boy, we'll be getting beards for life. Mr. Williams, brother, how are you? It's a good game. Sure. I love me some Josh Jacobs. And I had Josh Jacobs, Nick Chubb, and Saquon Barkley, and all you suckers drafted all those guys. So then I had to get Jay Jetta, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and then you forced me to go Mahomes in the third round instead of like Najee or ETN. I just couldn't see myself doing that. Like, why the hell am I going to go for ETN or Najee? After all my favorites are gone, at that point, I just need to go for the lower guys than those guys and get value and get a number one guy in Mahomes, and that was a smart move. But most people would have went ETN and Najee, but I was like, fuck that. I ain't doing that shit. I was like, I'm going to go Mahomes and Mark Andrews, and that ended up working at 14-7 Chiefs. Handoff, Pacheco. This Detroit Lions defense is so fast. It's a lot faster, more disciplined. No Ndamukong Suh to fuck shit up and get late penalties and stomping on people like Aaron Rodgers, right? And like I said, I feel that like they are taking on their identity of their coach and their D coordinator with Glenn. It's like I like the staff that the Detroit Lions have put together. And if you watch Hard Knocks 2 years ago, when it was them last year and the Jets this year, you can take on the identity of your head coach. And don't be surprised if you see the Jets and the Lions in the playoffs this year. Facts. Little screen. Pacheco, shake and bake. Oh, nice first down. Chiefs slithering his way through the defense for a first down, but he is down. Uh-oh, hope he's okay. Uh-oh, Pacheco. That's not good for the Pacheco owners. Is that Shep or Chief? Who's got him? I'm looking. Gibbs only has 5.6, Bucker 2, KCD 9 for Shep. Who's got him? Mahomes? There we go. Oh, incomplete. Laporta, 3 receptions, 23 yards. I mean, if Laporta can get in the end zone, that would be nice, obviously, for his value. But I mean, if we can get like 8 points or more out of Laporta, that's really going to help me out with Juwan Johnson, with the Mark Andrews, with the quad. So I'm glad I did that. We'll see if he gets a few more. I mean, it'd be great if he can get like 10 points and that's just sitting there on the bench. So just in case I have to use Laporta or Juwan Johnson, I'll feel like comfortable. It's all about options, baby, in fantasy. Have options. Pass incomplete. Yeah, a lot of holes though. It's like Max Crosby, beast. Chandler Jones complaining about, the GM and the owner and can't get in the building, has to work out at a gym. So it's already, starting off on a bad note. Offensive line is shaky besides Colton Miller. And I hope the best for you. You know what I mean? But like I said, I think the fans will realize how good Carr really is. And to be able to have the Lamborghini of pieces, you have no more Darren Waller there either. You got to have gas, and that's going to be the O line and the D line. But at least you got one superstar, Max Crosby. No one can take that away from you. Devontae also. I mean, it's really going to come down to discipline. And Chiefs have the experience, you know what I mean? But if the Lions can make a couple big plays, they could get right back into the game. I mean, they're only down 7. They just have to be able to, get a couple field goals, get in the red zone as much as possible, and make that one huge defensive play, sack lunch, fumble recovery, pick six. And if they get something like that, punt return, special teams touchdown, punt return, kick return, that could be the difference of the momentum shifting. So. But at this point, you would assume that the Chiefs will be able to hang on barely and win by 7 or 3 or 10, but not probably more than that based on how the flow of the game is going. But I don't feel like the momentum is heavily on Kansas City's side, where Detroit can't, make a little bit of a comeback. So, oh, nice, the Coach Prime. After I watched the Johnny Manziel documentary, and then the Swamp Kings with the Florida Gators. They also have one with Aaron Hernandez about him, like, going to, like, Florida and then playing on the Patriots and like killing the dudes, being like a gangbanger and whatnot. And I never watched it, but I'm kind of intrigued. That might be one that I try to check out. And also they got new like Life Below Zero, like on National Geographic and stuff. So a lot of the like shows as we're going into fall, like the fall lineups are starting to come. So you're going to start seeing stuff that are on Hulu and Netflix and Disney Plus and Amazon. You're going to start seeing some more stuff come out. So definitely excited about that. All the Dion's. That's cool. That's cool. I'll have to watch that too. Let's go, baby. 14-7 Chiefs. And like I said, a lot of NFL games for most people, it's like points, 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 points. Yeah, it would be awesome if the game was like 35-32 right now, but sometimes when it's like lower scoring, there's more drama. I love the drama. Initial drifter in the building. Orion! Is it, are the Mariners winning the division this year? Honestly, probably not. But we do play the Rangers, Astros, Rangers instead of Astros, Rangers, Astros. So if we were playing the Astros twice at the end, we're fucked. But we're playing the Rangers, Astros, Rangers, and they're slumping. So there is a chance that we can win. But if we don't, Houston will win. But we're going to go to the playoffs. I just don't know if we're going to win it this year. It all depends on the hitting and the pitching. The pitching needs to get better, and the bullpen needs to get better. But we definitely are a threat, and we could get Orioles, Mariners in the ALCS, and then the Dodgers and the Braves and the NLCS. That's what I'm hoping for. But we'll see. But the Astros are the only team that can probably win the World Series in the American League over the Braves. I don't think anyone else can win more than 2 games. But we'll see. All right, let's go, baby. Oh, pass incomplete. They're on first down. $30 in donos. Let's get to a hundo. We have 70 to go. I mean, it's the debut of the NFL. Hang out with your boy. Don't hang out with the bandwagons. Hang out with the real, where you can actually have a conversation with me and not be a fan 123 ABC, where they don't give a shit about you. Second down and 10, handoff. Big facts. There we go. Nice tackle. Yeah, Phillies and Brewers. They'll definitely challenge, but I don't know if you guys have a team like you do last year. To do it 2 years in a row would be shocking. To be like that team again, you know what I mean? But I'm rooting for you. We'll see what the Brew Crew and the Phillies can do. Those are probably the biggest threats to the Dodgers and Braves. And it is possible one of the teams loses, Dodgers and Braves, before they play each other in like the NLCS. Very possible. Playoffs? Playoffs? Mango Madness? Personal foul? Playoffs? Are you kidding me? One of the best takes of all time. The playoffs and Iverson practice. It's funny how you just remember like one word. Nick Bolton. Nick Bolton is a beast. Underrated. Like DeMario Davis. Don't be sleeping on him. Third down and 10. And I will be doing more Seahawks, Niners, Eagles, and Saints games this year because the Bucks are tanking. And nobody's going to want to watch me call the Bucks game unless they want to see me get angry, which probably people do. Short of the marker. All right, Justin Reed. Laporta, 6.7 points, 6.7 with only 4 receptions and 27 yards. So he hasn't got the tutty yet, but it's starting to look like that was a brilliant decision by me since Mark Andrews has got the quad and hasn't practiced in 6 games, that I can have Juwan Johnson and Laporta. And if Laporta turns into a top 10, top 12 tight end, that might have been like one of the steals that I got on the wire before week 1 ended. So I'm really hoping that Laporta can get in the end zone within the first 3 weeks. Maybe he'll do it today, but I mean, I don't have him in my lineup, so that's not going to help me out. But just to know that I made a move that was a gamble but smart, and I didn't even do it because of Sarah being an Iowa fan. I mean, I watched him, and they have a good reputation at tight end. I mean, hell, Dallas Clark, former Iowa Hawkeye and Colt, right? George Kittle, T.J. Hawkinson, Noah Fant, and now, okay. I mean, like almost all of them are like at least average or above. Like what? Noah Fant is the worst one. I mean, if he actually started, he'd probably be above average, not like great, but he could probably get 7 points in fantasy if you gave him enough targets. Every fourth game, maybe get you like a 13 or like a 12 or something. And he might be the worst one, and he's not terrible. So remember, I told you, and like I usually have this like intuition. I have to like think like, okay, I have to think like if I'm on the Detroit organization, like how would I use him, and how are we going to use like him and Gibbs? And it was kind of like you don't know. So it's like sometimes you have to take a gamble that yes, yeah, he will use him like he used Higby. Is he as good as Higby? No, but he could be soon. And depending on how many targets he gets, he could really be a genuine threat that maybe instead of going to Marvin Jones and some of the other guys, maybe it's Amon Ra one, Montgomery and Gibbs is like the next option. And then maybe Laporta ends up being like option 3 over Jones or being option 4 right after Jones. That could be huge. So, I mean, I was really like, I was like, okay, fuck, what do I do? What is the biggest need for me right now? Because sometimes you're always looking ahead. Oh, I need running back depth. Oh, I need kicker depth. Oh, I need another defense. But sometimes you just have to slow it down. And that's what Paisley has reminded me in life when you have a dog or a cat. Sometimes you get off your fucking phone, get off social media, and be in the moment. Hang out with your dog. Go for a walk and leave your phone at home. Enjoy the river. Go to the beach. Don't have to take selfies all the time, and post about it. Just like be in the now, and like, the dog is, chewing on a bone, like pet the dog. Be there, in the moment. And I think that is a really good thing for us to learn that sometimes we get caught up with so much shit that's going on that you just need to be able to put socials down and just like enjoy nature, enjoy the walk, enjoy spending time with the people you love, enjoy your pets, because they're not going to be here forever. Just dropping the knowledge for y'all. You know who's a stud? Reflect is a stud. Remember, I was like, you should get him. You should get him. And then I picked him up, and then I dropped him, and I picked him up again. Mahomes. Oh, incomplete. Because I didn't want to leave him there, and then all of a sudden he puts up like a 10 to a 15. Someone picks him in the wire, and then I never get him the rest of the year. And I thought, oh, hell no. I don't want to be that guy that said coulda, woulda, shoulda. I had him, dropped him, had him, idiot. And then Mark Andrews has got this quad issue, and then I'm stuck with just Juwan Johnson, and then whoever else is on the wire. So Jack Campbell, stud. Iowa, stud. Studs. 2 guys from Iowa. Coincidence? I think not. Handoff, short game. And one thing that we had in common, Reflect and Sarah, everyone was talking shit about the Lions and how they drafted poorly. But in reality, they drafted some of the best in the first round because they got guys that fit their system and they didn't buy into the hype. Oh, Gibbs should have been picked 30th or in the second round. But if they want him and that's their guy and he's the only kind like him, draft him. And then Campbell, oh, you should have went for someone else. That was the right guy for this team. That's a Dan Campbell guy, period. I love what the Lions did, and that's what shows you. Some people are stupid. Some people actually know football. Pick, go, 40, the 30th pick six, I called it. Let's go. Bang. You love that ESP? Do you love that ESP, baby? I said you got to get that pick six to change the game and the momentum. The sports gods are like, oh, you need a pick six? Oh, let me do it for you then. Yeah, let's go. And all it takes is what happened to my hands? And then let me get that. Let me run down the sideline for dog. Let me get some fantasy points. Let's go. We have ourselves a game, and that's how the Detroit Lions upset the Kansas City Chiefs. Extra point is up, and it's good. We have ourselves a ball game, folks. Defensive ball games that bring drama are better NFL games that are 35-32. Prove me wrong. Let's go. I mean, it is what it is, baby. You want to win money? You come here. All right? You want predictions that come true? You come here. Tony Romo ain't the only one that has an ESP. Your boy does. Let's go. Huge. And like I said, sometimes you just have those feelings that something big, is on the way. Or if you want to get back in the game, that's what needs to happen. The sports gods are like, we really like this Detroit Lion team. We're going to give them a little something, either on the special team side or a pick six. And look at that. It's not even the fourth quarter yet. And momentum has shifted immediately. Now it's Lions, Lions, Lions. I had pretty good technique right there, I thought. You know, I mean, your boy's an athlete. You feel me? Let's go. I love it. I love it. I'm a defensive guy, but the thing is like I like scoring as much as anybody else. Oh my god, 80-yard touchdown. Oh, the guy fucking mossed him. Oh, he fucking stiff armed him to the fucking Pluto. Derrick Henry or something. But when you get games that you get some offense, right? You get some big plays, but then you also get sack lunches and you get some defense, and it's a little bit of a struggle. You know, and then the bigger plays that happen as the game goes on, they're magnified, they're bigger, and it's a bigger stage. And every fucking play matters more, especially when you're looking at 14-14, which was 14-7, and then the pick six, baby. I'm trying, man. I mean, hell, as bad as the Buccaneers are, I mean, I could be up there. If Mike Evans doesn't want to play, they might as well just sign me, right? Look at this. Look at this form. I mean, if that doesn't sell you, I don't know what does, right? I mean, that is the purest form, right? I mean, you could line me up on any. I could be takeover for the Kansas City Chiefs, or the Buccaneers, right? Let's go, let's go. Jacob in the building. What's good? I'm running the stairs, bro. But like I said, it's creepy, when you just like say something, and other people can say stuff, but they don't believe it. But when you watch football as much, and obviously that hurts me too because I have Mahomes as quarterback. I don't want Mahomes to throw a pick six. That's not good for my fantasy stats. But as far as making this one of the most memorable opening games where it's not Chiefs beating the Texans by 50, with Deshaun Watson, right? But it's like now you don't really know what's going to happen. And I love that. Tony, boo! Lions, yay! And like I said, the Lions are better than people think. Feel me? I know. I'm just saying. I don't need to get 8 or 9 million. You know what I mean? I mean, if you want to pay Stephen A. Smith 8 or 9 million a year to scream and yell and get all the predictions wrong, fine. But the NFL and all of the podcasts and all of the networks, I mean, they got someone right now that can, predict the future almost every game. I mean, I don't know what that's worth. I know for people that bet money, that's worth a lot in fantasy and in real life. But sometimes you feel it, and sometimes you just need to say it out loud, and then it happens. I mean, let's just be really, really clear and really honest. What are the chances that Patrick Mahomes not only throws a pick, but a pick six when it's been said? I mean, never. I mean, what are we talking about? How many pick sixes is Mahomes going to have in a season? Like two? And you got one in the very first game? I'm just saying, it's like sports gods obviously love Detroit. What a game. Let's go, baby. A little toe drag swag, baby. Now, Stephen A is garbage. Skip is garbage. Everyone is garbage. I mean, even Pat McAfee now has to be muted, because obviously it's Disney through ESPN. Get rid of it. Mahomes. Incomplete. I mean, I can't even really watch anything on TV anymore. And I have to honestly, the only thing I watch right now consistently is Good Morning Football, even though Peter Schrager watches this show, steals my material because he's not original and he, can't come up with his own catchphrases and nicknames. So he has to steal my shit like Uncle Mo, Uncle Momentum, and all that shit, right? But, and like I said, I'm not really a big fan of everyone that's on that show, but there's nothing else I can watch except for Pat McAfee show. Those are the only two I can watch. I'm not going to spend time watching anything else. They're not worth my time. Second and 10. I mean, unless you just want clickbait and you just want to watch people argue over topics that they don't believe in, Oh, the Dallas Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl. Okay, we've heard that fucking from you for the last 15 or 20 years. How many Super Bowls have you won since you've said that? Oh, zero? Okay. How many predictions do you get wrong every day? Every year? Okay. But again, he's not a sports analyst. He's a personality, an entertainer, someone that just screams and yells and waves his arms and has bad takes, and argues, and then he gets paid 8 or 9 million a year. I mean, golly, I need to get paid 8 or 9 million a year to be wrong all the time, and I'm not even a fucking weatherman. But I think the sports fans are due someone that's honest, someone that's genuine, someone that actually calls it how it is, regardless of for what team or what player. Just getting the honest truth so people can understand what the league is really about without any propaganda and actually helping people win money, instead of just choosing the popular teams and the popular players. Like, let's just get real with it for once. And I don't feel we have anybody in sports that does it. I know. I mean, there's me and there's a few other people that are on YouTube that are extremely talented. But as far as reading and film study, I don't think anyone can touch me in that. I think predictions and you know everything that happens within the streams, it speaks for itself. You guys deserve better. Sports talk is fucking horrible. It is so bad. It's the worst it's ever been. And I just feel bad for people that are wasting their time watching shitty programs. And really, we only have Good Morning Football, and Pat McAfee show. That's really it. And then going to YouTube, that's your best bet after that. So I mean, unless you want to be able to listen to Stephen A. be wrong all the time, and him and Skip just arguing, and then obviously, or him and Shannon arguing, and then obviously Skip Bayless with Keyshawn and Sherman. It's just a terrible Michael Irvin, Richard Sherman, and Keyshawn and Skip. That's a terrible table. You know what I mean? Like, what, you're going to get all of them yelling at each other? No one gives a shit. The ratings are plummeting. The reason why people watch is because Shannon is a G, right, with the Hennessy, and he's real. So then Skip could say something stupid, and Shannon will put him in his place, right? And now he's going to do it with Stephen A. But again, it's kind of fake. It's not real. So again, if you realize something is fake, and it's like, Jersey Shore, or it's like The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, and if you enjoy that shit, fine. But when it's fake, like, I can't do it. I'm not going to waste my time on that. Stupid. I mean, when have you actually got anything like newsworthy or knowledgeable from any of those people on Sports Talk? Literally, have you ever gotten anything that you were like, oh, I remember this fact this guy said, oh, this prediction came true? Never. Like, the only thing you can watch is Pat McAfee because they're entertaining, but they're not the smartest bunch, right? They're just funny and crazy and drunk, right? Or you go to Good Morning Football and you actually get something there, but it's not the same without Nate or Kay, and that's huge. That's big facts. So, you feel me? And then you got guys like Shady McCoy, who's absolutely terrible, and Acho. I mean, those guys make my fucking ears bleed because they're fucking loud, they're fucking wrong, and they're fucking terrible. Like, you don't even have a good voice. You played football, good fucking for you. You suck on the mic. No one cares. All right? You're not Stone Cold. You're not The Rock. All right? You're not MJF. You're not LA Knight. Yeah. All right. You can't be someone that destroys the mic. There's people that are uber talented, and you're never going to be as good as those people. It's just the bottom line. No one gives a shit. Oh, Shady McCoy has a YouTube channel. Who gives a fuck? No one's watching it. No one's watching that shit. It's terrible. And I haven't seen too many people that have been terrible, but Shady might be the worst. Like, him and Acho are just like, Jesus Christ. I'd rather shove pencils in my eyes. For real. Oh, I could take on anybody. I literally feel that there is nobody on planet Earth that I couldn't have a debate with. And I'm not going to be right about everything, but I will be able to prove that what I say can have some substance and some backbone. So you may not fully agree with me, but you hear me. And that's a lot better than most people can do on TV and podcasts. Facts. First down and 10. Little jet sweep. Go, baby. I want to see how many points I lost with that pick six. Oh, he's got 15. 2 touchdowns and a pick. So that hurt a little bit. Amon-Ra's got 17.6. So I need another 10 points or more from Mahomes, 10 to 15. 2 more touchdowns, hopefully. Stuart Scott was a G because he was original and he was an OG. Genuine, real, funny, and he actually came up with his own stuff. Goff. Amon-Ra St. Brown. First down, Lions, baby. Move the chains. You already know what it is. You know what it is. It's Amon-Ra St. Brown running all over your ass. Let's go. He's kind of good. Him and Garrett Wilson are the 2 breakout stars at wide receiver. And it wouldn't surprise me at some point or another if an Amon-Ra or a Garrett Wilson ends up leading the league in yards or touchdowns. May not be this year, but they're going to be coming for Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. Maybe not overall, but as far as like an individual season, yeah. First down, Lions, move the chains. Laporta. That was a good pickup, O-Dog. Move the chains, but it's coming back due to a hold. Catch up 8 fix. Boo! $30 hairs. Let's get to a hundo. I don't listen to anything because I'll be very honest. I don't think that like I'm just so much better than everyone else, but I don't have the time to listen to other people that do shitty programming when I can end up watching film and going to articles for every team and going to the beat writers. Like I literally put in about 4 to 6 hours a day of reading and I cover the whole league. No one covers the league, all 32 teams like me. And there's a reason why people win money and I can give those predictions and have the ESP moments. It's like if you're willing to commit your life to something, do it the right way. Don't be Stephen A. and scream and yell and wrong all the time. I mean, I can't even believe guys like that make that much money. Because like I said, ESPN and some of these networks may think that's good and brings in the audience. But if you brought in the top 5 YouTube studs that do football, you would blow the ratings out of the water than anyone that's on TV or podcast right now. Hell, if you ended up putting together the YouTube Sports Network and you had me and 4 other great, football YouTubers, right? I guarantee you'd get more views than even Pat McAfee show and some of these other shows. Because Pat McAfee on ESPN, who the fuck's going to watch that? You're going to watch it on YouTube so he can swear. You take the swearing out, it's not the same show. Like I could do a show and I could be dressed up in a tie and have a headset, and not wear like a do-rag or like jerseys or chains, and not swear, but it's not going to be as good. It'll be good, but not as good as it was being original, You feel me? Laporta. Bueller. But I don't. Only thing I listen to is Pat McAfee show. I used to listen to it every day, but not anymore. But the only show I watch in the morning is Good Morning Football now. Peter Traeger is a bitch, and he's fugazi, and he loves to steal my shit. But other than that, Kyle Brandt is awesome. I mean, he's really the only good thing left on the show. Angry runs, and then everything else is kind of dog shit. McCourty, average. The new girl over K, average. Nothing special about him. You could replace him tomorrow. Facts, right? Strager tries to come off as like he's some fucking genius. He's not. Lazy, has to fucking steal other people's material and claim it as his own. Come on, bro. If you're supposed to be the sports nerd, act like it. Lame. Lame. But I like Kyle Brandt. He's the only one that's holding that show together. Good punt. The problem is with sports talk and radio and TV, everyone has an opinion bias. And it's sickening. So can't we just cover the league of the greats, regardless if they're wearing a Browns jersey or a Patriot jersey? Why do we have to hate the Cowboys and Patriots still? Like, why? Just because of the fan base? They're annoying, so we just have to hate them just because everyone on TV and podcast says that we have to hate them, so we have to hate them too? Why? Why do I have to hate CeeDee Lamb? Why do I have to hate Christian Gonzalez from Oregon? Because they're on the team? No. You know, That's why, I want to be able to work on my own and be my own boss. But at some point, if I ever did get an opportunity to get paid and to be on a network, I would want it to be as authentic as possible. And honestly, I don't need 8 or 9 million a year, but I definitely think that, growing up as a kid, like I always thought kind of differently. And I always thought if I could get my foot in the door and do my passion, then I could be one of those special individuals that makes a million or more at their job. And most people would say, you're crazy. But am I really? I mean, like I said, you know sports, and obviously with all the shit that's out there, a lot of it is terrible. I wish sports were off at a better point that they are. I mean, ESPN is unwatchable unless it's Monday Night Football. Stuart Scott is no longer alive to bless us anymore. ESPN is shit. Fox Sports isn't that good. CBS is crap. Like what are you supposed to watch? YouTube. Pat McAfee show, YouTube, and maybe NFL Network, and that's it. Everything else is fake. I wish it was better, but I mean, I can't do it. I can't do it. Hacksaw. I love Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Ho! With the 2x4. Odin's son just sent me a photo. I mean, I honestly feel like I said, it's you got to be able to be good on the microphone. You have to have swagger. You have to be able to talk. And the thing that I have as an advantage, I feel, is over everyone else is my work ethic, the film study, the reading, but also too, I've been talking on a mic for over 20 years. I've been doing this like for phone sales, talking to rude ass fucking people in Boston and New York, selling cable internet and phone to businesses. If you can do that, you can do anything on planet Earth. So that's why I feel like as far as my enunciation, pronunciation, and everything I bring to the table. You get a lot of these people; they're amateurs. They're not people that are known for speaking on the mic or being able to handle the microphone. Not everyone can do it. I'm just, I would rather be my own boss though and make it here and be able to be my own boss instead of having to go to a network or a company and they water me down. And then it's like, oh, you're a sellout. If I make like $1 million a year or like 100,000 a year or something. So I appreciate that. And that's another thing where I feel I sound differently than everyone else too. It's just a matter of working hard and getting to a point where people recognize the talent and that we can actually build something special. But if I was going to have my own show, it would be called Unbiased, starring Orion Nicolek, which would be me. Not undisputed, but unbiased, because that's what we would need for TV. So obviously that would be the name of my show once if I did have a network or they wanted me to co-host with someone or or join a crew. I would rather have my own show, but that's what I would call it, and I think it would be very successful. Just about getting the proper eyes to see the product. So, facts. We're knotted up at 14, baby. Catch up down. Boo. 14-14. Come on, Mahomes. You got to pay Pacheco. You got to pay Chris Jones. Who? Chris Jones. Come on, Mahomes. There we go. There we go. 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 Get the first down. Yeah, Pacheco's nice. Well, also too, he's going to get more looks because Travis Kelce's not there, Bieniemy's not there, so they're going to rely on like the old playbook from last year. But again, you don't trust Kadarius Toney, Sky Moore. You don't really trust. Who do you can you really trust? Like some of the backup tight ends, like Noah Brown. You got to have someone you trust. And honestly, the only people you can really trust is McKinnon and Pacheco when Kelsey's not there. I mean, prove me wrong. Is there anyone else that you really can trust? Juju is no longer there. He's on the Patriots, and then that would have been one that you could have trusted. Trust is everything. Honesty, loyalty, respect. That's why we don't have it that much anymore. Nice tackle by the Lions. First down, Chiefs. Well, he wants to get paid. You guys should pay him. He's one of the best in the world. You don't fuck around with someone's money like that. Buccaneers should pay Mike Evans. The Niners paid Bosa. You don't want to be like treating a guy like they treat the running back market, like, oh, fuck these guys. Running backs are replaceable. Fuck them. But you need them typically to be a good team. Like they have the worst pounding to their body, and then they're getting treated like worse than punters and kickers. Fuck out of here. It's so ass backwards. It's stupid. But you want to pay guys that are deserving. Mahomes going deep. Oh, what happened to my hands? That could have been big for my fantasy. Laporta, 8.9. God damn, I'm so happy. Didn't even score a touchdown, and he's at fucking 9. That is so big for me. Pass interference by Sutton. First down, Kansas City. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be on radio though, but I mean, I definitely, if they paid me enough, if I could do my own show and still do this YouTube channel. But I do appreciate that. Like, I think like if me and Pat McAfee could be like together, like that would be insanity. Because there's not very many people that are on the Pat McAfee level energy wise. That's facts. But also, he's got the same birthday as me, so we're like two of the same. Pat, rolling out of the pocket. Check down, little sidearm pass. Blake Bell, I see you. Blake Bell, Noah Brown. Let's go, Mahomes. I need another tutty from you. Get 25 to 30 points. You still have time. The game is a lot closer. You don't have Kelsey. The defense, hasn't been the greatest. Look at the great zone coverage when they lined up in man and then fanned out in zone. You never saw that from Detroit in the past. Sidearm. And like I said, sometimes the passes are going to be behind the receiver, but it's all about finding rhythm and guys that you trust. And you can't trust anybody besides Kelsey, period. Pacheco a little bit, McKinnon, little screen passes, but actually guys that can run routes. Juju Smith-Schuster is sorely missed as well. Tyreek the freak hill, sorely missed. You got a lot of receivers out there that when it's not the big moment that they can get a pass here and there, but when they're the focal point, they're folding. They're not good enough. 3rd down and 2. I mean, Mahomes makes everyone better too. Mahomes, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, get rid of Kadarius Toney. See you later. See ya. Field goal is up and it's good. It should have been a touchdown right there. That is sad. I mean, you're just letting Detroit hang around and possibly win this game, bro. Kadarius Toney, boo! Remember when he was talking shit to all the Giants fans on Twitter and X and on Instagram? And then you're going to talk all that shit like fuck New York, fuck these guys, and then this is what you get in karma in return. You want to be an asshole to a fan base, you get asshole results. And sports gods are like fuck you, and then that's why you don't catch the goddamn ball. 35-yard field goal attempt by Butker. Kick is up, and it's good. 17-14, Kansas City. Got a lot of guys that are not reliable. Cash App, fix your shit. Seven hours ago, they made a post, but I haven't heard anything else. Let's look at trending. Mahomes, Coco, Cameron, Hutchinson, Marvin Jones, Goff, Pacheco, Sky Moore, pick 6, Rashee Rice, Thursday Night Football, Kelsey, Blake Bell, Project Runway, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Burrow, Juwan Taylor, and number 18, Cash App. Cash App down, Cash App down. Yeah, for them to reject D-Hop was one of the stupidest things of all time. Same thing with like the Niners and a few other teams. Like, even though D-Hop is still old, he deserved better than the fucking Titans. Jesus Christ. Like, that's a slap in the face. And even if D-Hop is a shell of himself, he's better than any fucking receiver that's on the Chiefs right now. Joe got breaks for hands. Butterfingers on all 5 fingers. 4 fingers and a thumb, Butterfinger. What happened to my hands? But I feel like karma is real. If you're going to be a bitch ass, you're going to get bitch ass results. If you want to be an asshole, you want to talk shit, eventually that's going to come circle around right back to you. And get slapped in the back of the head. Unfortunate for Kansas City, but obviously, keeping the door open for Detroit. But again, like I said, for them to be in the game, they have to get a pick 6, a fumble for a touchdown, a kick return or a punt return for a touchdown, something big to swing the momentum. They did, but can they do it again? I doubt that they're going to get another pick 6 or a fumble for touchdown, but they're right in it. All right, man. All good, brother. And obviously, I didn't do the game today because I'm doing this. Not doing the game tomorrow because I'm going to go see Equalizer 3 with my girl E. And then Saturday, I'm doing the Ducks game. So there'll be a few games where I'm not doing the Rays. Now, will I be watching? And, as it's going on, yeah. I'm definitely going to probably catch a little bit of the replay as well. But anytime that you can beat the Rays, it's a good day after we've struggled, against a few teams, getting into that series. So. Donovan Smith, what are you doing? That was stupid. What are you trying to do? Injure Aiden Hutchinson? 30? Let's get to a hundo. It's the first game of the NFL season. 30? It's all good. There's a lot of people on the bandwagon stream. So, if you're loyal to the soil, you're here. I agree. I agree. I can't wait. And obviously, him posting up guys in preseason was incredibly dope. When I first heard the news, I thought he was coming back to like retire his number or to be like a tight end assistant or something like that. I was like, oh, he's playing, and I was like, awesome. 17-14 Chiefs. Goff pass incomplete. Yeah. Well, hopefully it gets fixed before the game is over. It's all good once it goes through or whatever. So it's got to give it some time. But I do appreciate that, Odin. Second down and 10, 17-14, Kansas City. Shotgun set to Goff. Pressure coming up the middle. Oh, he pancaked him. Whoa, Nick Bolton. Pancaked the shit out of him. Was that Gibbs? Oh, shit. I wouldn't say one of the best, but Jamal definitely brings something there. And AK-41 hasn't really been the same since Breed's left, to be honest. But he still has a lot of talent, and I like him. But I do like the O-line, and I think you guys have one of the most well-balanced squads. Overall, I think Eagles, Niners, and Saints are the most well-balanced, but I'm not sure if I would say one of the best running back rooms, but there is a lot of talent there. Now, if AK can go back to being the old AK, yes, because then they'll have AK and then a guy that's a goal line freak that scored 17 touchdowns and led the NFL in Jamal Williams, which is incredibly dope. And then you have a couple guys behind that as well. So now, but if AK ends up getting hurt or kind of underwhelming and only giving you like 500 to 600 yards and missing games and not being the true AK-41 Alvin Kamara that we love and know, then it's going to be above average, but not like the best. But if AK gets back to being Drew Brees and AK, when it was AK and Mark Ingram, and then you have Jamal Williams, yeah, then you could end up having a top 5 duo. But I don't think we can label that yet until we see what AK looks like when he comes back from the suspension. There we go. Amon-Ra St. Brown, baby. Well, if you listen to the show and you listen to what we say on the show, then you shouldn't be surprised. You've already said Amon-Ra. Just look at my fantasy team. If I have him on my fantasy team, that probably means they're really damn good. But Garrett Wilson and Amon-Ra St. Brown, I mean, you're a USC fan, so you can have USC bias. But I just look at players as far as greatness. Who's the quarterback? Who's the line? Who gets the targets? And who's going to be good this year? And Amon-Ra and Garrett Wilson undoubtedly are going to be great. I mean, you don't even have to be a football genius to recognize that. Yeah, and honestly, you should be the last one surprised if you watch his whole career at USC. I mean, he might go down as one of USC's greatest wide receivers. They've had a lot over the years. Keyshawn Johnson, many, many others. But he looks like he might end up being maybe the best, like better than Keyshawn, better than a lot of the other wide receivers. But also, it's a part of who the quarterback is and the team he's on, too. Oh, what a tackle. Oh, fumble. He coughed it up, but I think his knees were done. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Turnover. O-Dog predicts the turnover. What a tackle. Elbow. Oh, my. What a tackle. You know what? If MT13 can't stay healthy, who gives a shit? He's not the same player without Drew Brees anyways. You got a guy better. His name's Chris Olave. It don't matter if he does anything. Now, if he does, that's going to make the Saints even more potent. But if he's shit and he gets hurt or he can barely play, who cares? You got what you got out of him. Some guys just don't last. They're brittle, right? You got Olave. He's the guy now. Olave's the one, But that's another guy who could break out and be a stud this year as well, Chris Olave, especially with Carr. Now you don't got Jameis Winston throwing to him as starter. Now you got Carr as a starter. Jameis is the backup. So I would assume Olave's numbers are going to be great too. Handoff. Good game tackle there by the Lions. Yeah, well, if you would have consulted your boy, I would have told you Garrett Wilson 100 times out of 100. Because Garrett Wilson's a 1, Waddle is a 2. See, these are the things that you ask questions and I give you the info because Tyreek is the 1, Waddle is the 2. right? Garrett Wilson is the one. So you never want to pick a 2 over a 1, a second option over a first option. And that advice right there is worth, $50 or more. You have to understand who you're picking, and you're not picking by just name recognition. You're picking based off what they are. Picking starters. Go, 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 go. First down, Chiefs. And that's why it's so important to ask me questions, and I can help people win money. And because I know depth. I follow every team as if they were my own. Every player, every backup, every GM, every D coordinator, every OC, every water boy, everybody. But I would never pick Waddle over Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson might end up being like the number one receiver this year. Jalen Waddle will not be. Jalen Waddle could be somewhere in top 5 or top 10, but he ain't fucking Garrett Wilson. And think about this. Who do you trust? Do you trust Tua with his concussions and he has to go to Tyreek first and then Waddle? Or do you trust Aaron Rodgers, who's won 2 MVPs, who might end up taking that team to maybe an AFC championship game? Maybe the Jets are the 4th or 5th best team with the Steelers. So you got Aaron Rodgers to Garrett Wilson or Tua to Waddle. Who do you trust more? These are the questions you have to ask yourself before you pick someone in fantasy. Do you see? You have to go deeper than just the name. You have to dig deep. And then once you answer those questions, then it makes sense. But if you're just looking at it from the outside, then you could make mistakes like that. I'm trying to help you out. You feel me? Oh, what backup? Ooh, that is a good question. It depends if injuries happen. Like if Richardson gets hurt, boom, Gardner Minshew. There's going to be options. Obviously, Mac Jones had Bailey Zappi and Cunningham, but Belichick cut both of them. And then supposedly some dumb shit on my fucking Twitter X timeline said that his girlfriend, longtime girlfriend, not wife, broke up with him, and now they're worried about him. Some like fake story bullshit. Like, who cares if he fucking broke up with his girlfriend? He'll be fine. Bill Belichick. They're not going to win a fucking Super Bowl anymore. He's just getting paid. Golly. I mean, if that comes across my timeline, that's terrible. Bill Belichick's wife breaks up with him, and they're afraid that she's going to release information. And Bill is worried. Yeah, I really think that Bill is worried. I mean, obviously, Bill probably wants to work it out, but you just have to be able to look at quarterbacks. If Brock Purdy gets hurt, Sam Darnold will fill in. If Carr gets hurt, Jameis will fill in. So you just look at at those options. Baker Mayfield gets hurt, here comes Kyle Trask. Doesn't mean that they're going to be good. And they're going to let the clock run to 0, 17, 14, Chiefs. And they might end up only winning by 3. Now, if the Lions can get the momentum back and keep making sack lunches and get picks, they might be able to win this game. But they need to go to Amon-Ra if they want to win the game. If they go to Amon-Ra, they will win. Amon-Ra, Laporta, Amon-Ra, Marvin Jones, Gibbs, Montgomery. Spread it around. Blaine Gabbert. Well, shit, can you imagine if Blaine Gabbert is in right now? If Blaine Gabbert is in right now, you guys are probably at 0 or like 3. Like, no disrespect. Like, Gabbert's all right, but I mean, I had him underneath Tom Brady on the Bucs or whatever, but I don't know if he's a top 5 backup. Maybe Gabbert's a top 10 backup, but I wouldn't count on Gabbert winning me a game. You just hope that he doesn't fuck up and lose the game for you. But he could throw for a touchdown pass or 2. So it's not like I'm saying he's a scrub, but I don't know. I think there's other backups like Gardner Minshew I would trust a little more, All the backups. Yeah. Cooper Kupp, everyone's fucking hurt. But then if you can end up getting a good draft pick out of it, like imagine if you ended up having a bad year and then all of a sudden the Rams select Michael Penix Jr. That could change the franchise like big time. Or the Rams select Drake May. And then all of a sudden you go from Stafford being booty-O's and old, and then you got Drake May on the Rams. You guys would be good again. Drake May to Cooper Kupp, holy shit, So maybe being bad will be good for you guys in the Cardinals. Cardinals can take Caleb, and then I'm hoping the Bucs can get Drake May. But if you get him on the Rams, maybe I can get Michael Penix Jr., and then we can go that route. So. Put me in the game, coach. Put your boy in the game. 17-14 Chiefs. This is the lowest scoring opening game maybe of all time, but maybe the game that I've been most like engaged in and excited in a long time. Think about every opening game. It's a blowout every fucking week. Every week, every opening kickoff game is like not even competitive by the time it gets to like the middle of the third quarter. This one is nuts. And the Detroit Lions are here, even if they lose the game. That's exciting. That's the one takeaway that we're going to get out of this is that the Chiefs really need Chris Jones and Travis Kelce bad, right? But the Lions are here, right? And especially if I vouch for players and a team, I mean, I'm not going to do it if I don't believe in them. Why would I put them on my fantasy team? I got Amon-Ra, Montgomery, and I got Laporta. Why the fuck would I have three guys on my fantasy team if I didn't believe? Think about that. 17-14 Chiefs. First down and 10, Mahomes. Edwards-Helaire, which you haven't even seen since the first quarter. Mahomes is at 19.3, Amon-Ra at 19.1. So I would like Mahomes to get me to 25 to 30 if possible. Like 25 to 26 points after having a tough first half would be ideal. Arrowhead too, but also too, have you noticed the fans are not bringing their A game? When the fans are quiet, this is the time that they need the fan support the most when they're struggling. They don't need it when everything is going good. Everyone is already cheering and in a good mood. When you are in a tough spot, that's when you need people to support you the most, not when everything is going good. That's obvious, right? But when you are struggling, that's, if they started doing that shit and it was loud all the way from the first quarter to now, the score is not 17-14. The players feed off the emotion and they have been quiet. They did that, right? First 2 minutes, dead all first quarter, dead until 2 minutes left in the first half, and then you haven't heard it since. What? 2 times for a matter of 4 minutes in the whole game? That ain't helping. Mahomes, get rid of it, baby. Run it. Woo! First down, Chiefs. Let's go. Nice run by Patty Mahomes. That's why your boy picked him, because he knows he's good. He's the best in the world. But you have to understand value in fantasy, value in friendship, value in life, okay? And the team is not the same without Chris Jones and Travis Kelce. So if someone's asking for more money, don't be a cheap fucker. Hunt family, pay Chris Jones. Like, being stubborn and acting like you can win without him is ridiculous. Like the Niners thinking they could be fine without Nick Bosa. Yeah, right. Okay. I mean, you got Talanoa Hufanga and a few others, but it's not the same team. Yeah, Lions D is fantastic. They're flying around. The offense is good. The defense is good. And honestly, Dan Campbell is my favorite coach in the NFL, and he has been since he's come into the league. Besides the smart one, my favorite play calling coach, Kyle Shanahan, number one. My next favorite coach in the entire league is Dan Campbell, because he's the realest motherfucker in coaching. There's no one more real than him in college football, NFL, NBA, or MLB, period. What happened to my hands? And that's why you need better receivers, and you should have re-signed Juju. All these receivers and tight ends are booty cheeks. Ass juice. Booty. Terrible. And you might as well just have Mahomes run it himself, or just throw it to McKinnon and Pacheco and no one else. But then Pacheco got hurt. Fucking terrible. How many drop passes are we going to get in this goddamn game? It's like, Patrick Mahomes. Oh, you want me to catch this? Nah. Let's just have the Lions beat us in the first game. All right, go to bed, Amber. Who dat? A little bit of those PEDs. Hannah. Love you. Appreciate you. Talk soon. Yeah, but you can't ignore, like on the Mariners, everyone talks about Julio. It's not Julio. J.P. Crawford. It's like when you don't got that leadoff guy that brings that energy and sets the tone, and he's not there, you can't expect guys like Julio to clean shit up and be the guy. Some guys are natural born leaders and there's followers. And you have to realize who your leaders are. And leaders are not fucking, just made. They're born that way. You are a leader, you got the swagger, or you don't. It's not something that you just like, oh, I've decided I'm going to be a leader today. It doesn't work like that. You either are born with it or you're not, period. And then be cheap and not pay players, pay the motherfuckers. I mean, if you're paying goddamn Stephen $8-9 million a year to be wrong and be an idiot, you can afford to pay someone that actually is worth a damn, like Chris Jones. Feel me? Field goal is up, and it's good. Harrison Butker. And if you go to Amon-Ra St. Brown, you win the game. Amon-Ra Laporta. And it's good. Tony should be cut. Like I said, I'm not surprised because, like I said, he loves to talk shit. And it's so unnecessary to talk shit to Giant fans and engage in them. It's like, bro, you're a millionaire and you're getting trolled by like these little kids and you're just going off, like being like immature. Like you do immature things, you get immature results. Juju Smith-Schuster is 1,000 times better even at his age than anyone that's on this roster right now besides Travis Kelce. As far as offensive weapons and Pacheco and McKinnon. You exclude Kelce, Pacheco, McKinnon. Everyone else is droppable. I mean, it shows you when you have Kelce there, he takes the pressure off everyone else. So then when it's time for Blake Bell and Noah Brown and these other guys and Kadarius Toney, they actually make the play. But when they become the focal point, they shrivel up into a little nutsack and a little ball, and they can't handle the goddamn pressure. I can't do it. I don't want to be the man. Not everyone can be built like Travis Kelce, you feel me? Don't shrivel up like a little nutsack like a lot of these receivers like Kadarius Toney, okay? You got to be a G out there. And obviously certain people think that they're better than they really are. It's like people in sports, people in YouTube, people in life. Reality check. LA night. Yeah. I speak facts. Let's go. Finley in the building. What's good? And you can't fill those shoes. Travis Kelce could end up being like literally the best tight end of all time, depending on how many more years he plays, how many more championships he gets. It's like we have Tony Gonzalez. You got Mike Ditka, right? You got Shannon Sharp, right? You got Rob Gronkowski. You got a lot of these guys that are kind of mingled all together. Tony Gonzalez, Gronk, all these guys, Shannon Sharp, Antonio Gates, Mike Ditka. But Kelce has a chance to be right there. Shannon Sharp, Rob Gronkowski, Tony Gonzalez, and Kelce could be the number one, But coming back in game one obviously wouldn't have been it, because if you would have came back game one, you would have re-aggravated that shit, and then your shit would have been dangling like a fucking turkey leg, chicken leg combo like in Madden, when they had the turducken, motherfucker just be flopping on the side. It would be no good, so. Hopefully he's good. I mean, even if he has to miss the first month, you want to make sure that he can at least play the rest of the season healthy. Shout out to Norma. Cow Chap's still down. Mahomes is at 19. You got to at least get me to like 20 to 30. Come on, Mahomes. And if you want to win this game, you go to Amon-Ra St. Brown, baby. You go to your top 5 wide receiver in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers, what do you think he's going to do? You think he's not going to go to Garrett Wilson? Motherfucker's going to go to Garrett Wilson just like he did with Devontae Adams. It's going to be the Garrett Wilson show. Motherfucker's going to get like 20 targets a game. Uh-oh. Shake and bake. 4-yard gain. Nick Bolton everywhere. 20-14, Kansas City, barely hanging on, right? But again, it's the number one thing that we're going to take out of this is the Lions are fun to watch. The Chiefs are really fun when they have Kelce and Chris Jones. When they don't have those players, they're a shell of themselves. They look like a team that might win 10 games instead of a team that can win 13 or 14, right? And the Lions look like a team that can win the division. They look like a team that can win a playoff game. They look like a team that can win 10 to 12 games. Or am I blind? They look good. They still have a lot of improvement, and a lot of ways to go. But them and the Bears improved, and the Packers and the Vikings, declined. But the thing is, the Vikings declined more than the Packers. The Packers, even though they declined with Aaron Rodgers, could still win 10 to 12 games with Jordan Love, possibly. So, Garrett Wilson and Alan Lazard. Yep. $142.2 bad pay. Third down and 7. Amon-Ra St. Brown because he's fucking unguardable. Hello? Delay a game. Idiots. Yeah, but even if the Lions lose, you're impressed, right? I mean, like I said, if the Lions come on, like I'm going to go out of my way to watch them. Like I said, not just because I got them on Raw in fantasy, but just like they are. I love the coach. I love the personality. The defense is flying around. And like I said, they don't even have a good defense yet. Like imagine if they get another Aiden Hutchinson type or a stud linebacker, or a couple corners and safeties. Then we're really talking about the Lions, maybe being a 12 or 13 win team in 2 to 5 years. And maybe they can get themselves to an NFC championship game. They're not there yet, but I'm very impressed. Third down and 12. Go to Amon-Ra. O-Dog needs points. Shotgun set. Goff, Amon-Ra. Throw it to him. Josh Reynolds, first down, Lions. Is that who you played in week 2? Yeah, you could definitely lose that game for sure. That one will go down to the wire, Seahawks and Lions. They're both in the same boat where they're about to break out, but who's going to be the team that gets the dub? Maybe whoever has the ball last. Telling you, Goff is a lot better than people want to give him credit for. Goff, Carr, Cousins. Don't sleep on those guys. Goff with the play action. There we go. Flag is down. That's going to be a hold. And that's not Sam Laporta. Yeah. I don't know. For me, I like real people. I like people that are real, and I like people that are hard workers. So if you're a real motherfucker, right, I probably like you. Right? If you're a hard worker, then I probably like you even more. But anything that you do that contains hard work, for dreams, goals, your job, and you work hard, I can respect the hell out of you. But I like real people, and they're really hard to find. And to me, he might be the realist in the NFL, and that's why he's up there with Kyle Shanahan for me. Kyle Shanahan, the smartest. Dan Campbell, the most real. And that actually means something. Goffins. Rooftop. Second down and 2. 2014 Chiefs. Handoff. Nice tackle. Rooftop, what are you coming in here? You're trying to poach my people? You can't be doing that. Come on, you're supposed to say, what's up, bro? Right? Not, I'm calling the game. What are you trying to poach my people? Come on, Rooftop. Chat etiquette. Bad, bad, bad. Bad, bad, bad. I remember my first day on YouTube chat. Bad, bad, bad. I'm just playing with you, Roof. 2014 Chiefs. Third down and 1. Pound the rock. Goff usually does QB sneak every once in a while, too. Handoff. There we go. First down, Lions. Move the chains. Red zone alert. Give it to Amon-Ra. Your boy needs some points. Yeah, I was going to take him if you didn't. So you just have to be able to predict who's going to break out this year. And if you can predict who's going to break out, you're going to have an amazing draft. So, like I said, I already knew the Lions were going to be good. So this doesn't really surprise me. They were getting hot at the end of last year. You have to just open your eyes and watch. Goff, woo, baby, go, go, go! First down, Lions. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. First down, Lions. Move the chains. Hashtag one pride. Reynolds, 4 receptions for 80. Handoff. Woo! All right, now it's time to give it to Amon-Ra for a touchdown, baby. Woo! David Montgomery, 8-yard rushing TD, touchdown, Lions. They take the lead. Extra point is good. 21-20, bang. And I got Montgomery in fantasy too. Laporta, Montgomery, Amon-Ra. Hmm. Ain't a dancing. It's me running around. A wide receiver. Uh-oh, Montgomery. Rumbling and a bumbling. Touchdown, Lions. Telling you. I'm telling you. Amazing. You know, I feel bad for the Chiefs fans, but again, if you don't have Kelsey, you don't have Chris Jones, and you have a team like the Lions, maybe you won't win. You know, it's like, you know, that would be a better reason to pay who? Chris Jones. Because if you have Chris Jones, maybe the shit don't happen. There's a little food for thought. Huh? Oh my. Oh my. Extra point is up, and it's good. 21-20 Lions. Let's take a look at the fantasy points for O-Dog. Let's look for the fantasy. I'll get some more with Mahomes here. All right, what do I got? Mahomes, 19.3. Amon-Ra, 19.1. Oh, look at my bench. Oh, Montgomery, 11.6. Oh, Laporta, 8.9. Detroit Lions are kind of good. Let's go, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Well, yeah, he's pissed off because he can't throw to anybody. Everyone is fucking, what happened to my hands? You know? I mean, shit, if he wanted to be able to, you know, throw to people that had Butterfingers, he'd just go to the goddamn grocery store. I mean, the fucking wide receivers and tight ends have been not good. I mean, besides, I mean, I guess Bell, you know, all right. But I mean, Rice obviously had that grab and Blake Bell, but I mean, the offense is a shell of itself. But also, again, they're going to say, oh, Travis Kelce, oh, Chris Jones, but also no Eric Bieniemy. You have to take that inside and, you know, for consideration. Sneaky old dog. Sneaky old dog. Prediction old dog. All the Lions players. Winning fantasy. Projected for 140 something. That's about, man. I got to be projected for 130 to 140 every week. And then everyone else is at like 117 to 123. And they're like, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. How is he projected for 20 more than everyone in the league every week? Research. Film study. That's what we do. Let's go, baby. 21-20. Is Cash App still down? We're currently experiencing connection issues. More info at status.cash.app. So they just did an update. They just did an update 20 minutes ago. It says, we appreciate your continued patience while we work out and resolve this issue. At this time, please do not reattempt any actions like payments, cash-ins, or cash card purchases. We'll provide updates. Damn, I need to do some OnlyFans for real though. I mean, shit, if I can make money with my voice, I mean, I don't shit. I don't need to be taking no clothes off. No OnlyFans. I don't want to break the app. All right. My name's Chris Collinsworth, and I'm dumb as fuck. I've never said anything useful. All right, Mahomes. Now it's time for you to win the game, right? And put your team in good position and get me some more fantasy points. OnlyFans. Mahomes? There we go. At least someone can catch a goddamn ball. Maybe that's what you need to do is go to Justin Ross. Fuck everybody else. Fuck Kadarius Toney. Fuck everyone else. Sky Moore, all these motherfuckers. Just go to fucking Justin Ross. Find someone that can actually catch a goddamn ball. My OnlyFans on point. I'll be like the only person on OnlyFans that doesn't take their clothes off. All the money. That porn star money. Stripper money. That Stephen A money. All right, Pacheco. But isn't that just really crazy, though, to just think about, like, in the sports industry, that you could have someone that literally is, wrong on a daily basis, worse than a weatherman or a weatherwoman, and you're getting paid $8 to $9 million a year? Golly. Maybe OnlyFans is something I need to do. Jeez Louise. 8-9 million to be just wrong all the time. Fuck. Annoying and wrong. 8 to 9 million. I need to work on my game. 3rd down and 1. Oh, little trick play. They sniffed it out. Woo, Lions. What a game. If O-Dog has faith, he'll tell you. Uh-oh. And now you just go to Amon-Ra St. Brown and give me more points. Yeah, Mahomes didn't even crack 20. 19.54, which is still okay, but was he projected for 24.7? So it's like 5 points off, but give it to Amon-Ra, and the game is over. Amon-Ra was projected for 16, and I got 19, so I made up the difference there. But that's the game plan, right? You're ahead. You punch the rock with Montgomery, right? And he bleeds the clock a little bit. And then you end up going to Amon-Ra, a little Amon-Ra, Josh Reynolds, Amon-Ra, and the game's over. Should have snapped it. And then obviously if the enemy is there, you would have. The enemy not there, what happened? Everything looks just fucking off, And we're all the Chiefs fans. Where's the support? It's like I get it with Kelsey and Chris Jones, if they don't show up. But, I mean, you don't show up for O-Dog. I mean, what do you think's going to happen? You ain't going to win. Sports gods, hello. If you want your team to win, you got to show up. Otherwise, the other team might win. Just saying. This is going to be a big, big moment for Montgomery, Laporta, Amon-Ra, and Josh Reynolds, and Jared Goff and the offense. And even if they only win by 1 point, it doesn't fucking matter. It's the Detroit fucking Lions. This is the coolest story in football. Odin son, pay that man. And even if Chris Jones plays, you guys could have still lost, possibly. But it shows you which guys are so instrumental and important to the team. Patrick Mahomes, Chris Jones, Travis Kelce. And it's not even close. And obviously, Kelce, number 1 tight end, Patrick Mahomes. But you can't act like Chris Jones is not a huge, factor. We're not talking Frank Clark, who left and, went to the opposing rival team in the division. We're talking Chris Jones, Hall of Famer. Frank Clark is he did good, here and there, but he would take plays off. That's what, made me irritated with him. It was like when it was like Randy Moss on the Raiders where he would take plays off. That shit pissed me off. I'm loyal to Sword Schultz, he said. So you're saying I have a chance. $5 holla. Looks like I can buy some nuggets and a drink now. Oh, thank you. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $5 holla. Throw the football. If you want to win, you throw the football. You don't get conservative and bleed the clock. They have timeouts. Dumb. O-Dog needs to take over the play calling. You're on the cusp of your biggest win in your franchise. Hello? I get a chance. Come on. It's my boy, Lloyd Christmas. What you know about him? We're boys to the end. Yeah, you got to go to guys that are going to get open. Gibbs, right? Amon-Ra, Laporta, Reynolds, the former Ram. Shotgun set. Go, 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 go. First down, Lions. This one is over. This one might be over. They don't have an answer. But even if the Chiefs start off 0-1, it does not mean that they can't make the Super Bowl or AFC Championship game. But again, once they have won the Super Bowl, they typically don't go back the next year. This is like literally the best opening game in the NFL. I mean, obviously, if the Chiefs lose, they suck. It's like they don't suck, but it's like it hurts. But as far as like entertainment value, this has like been the most entertaining opening game that I can remember for like 20 years. Goff, Montgomery was a huge pickup. When he was on the Bears, he was a stud. It was him and Khalil Herbert, right? So now you got Montgomery to fill in for Swift, and he might actually be better than Swift. Like Swift, when he's healthy, is better, but he always gets hurt. So Montgomery's availability of being healthy makes him better. And then Gibbs, I don't even know who to compare Gibbs to. I mean, he is special. Dan Campbell is a G. Lions. Mock. Yeah. Ing. Yeah. Bird. Yeah. 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 Mockingbird. Let's go. You already know it, baby. I need to watch that movie now. Like, there's only a few movies that I can do that with. I can do like Superbad, Step Brothers, Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls. I like this game a lot. I like it a lot. Love defensive battles. And we got a fucking pick six in this game. Get the fuck out of here. Give it to Amon-Ra. Wow. Big stop by the Chiefs. Now, if you're the Lions, you just go for it and just go to Amon-Ra and you win the game. I mean, they got 3 timeouts, but I don't know if they're going to be able to stop them. At this point, your season's on the line, right? The Chiefs are supposed to win. Have some balls. You went for a fake punt. Let's go. Go for it. You might be able to snap him off sides, but if you go to Amon-Ra, he's going to catch it. Just saying. Look at this. Shotgun set. Goff. Oh! Big defense by the Chiefs. Wow. But you know what? I don't fault them one bit. You know what I mean? Because when you're the Detroit Lions and you haven't been to the playoffs in 20-some years, you have to take chances sometimes. And you went for the fake punt on your own 10, right? And you just got to give Chiefs credit here. But the Detroit Lions defense has been pretty good. So just because, the Chiefs get a field goal here, the Lions doesn't mean that they can't go down and try to get a touchdown. So, I mean, normally I would say that's a terrible, terrible thing. But for this franchise, I like the move. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's going to work. Sometimes it's not. But I like that the Detroit is gambling. It's like the one team that's gambling that I actually approve of, All right, here we go. 21-20. Play action fake. Mahomes. Got a man. Oh! Kadarius Toney is cut. What happened to my hands? Boo! Boo! And that's why when you're a punk-ass bitch and you fucking talk shit to Giants fans for no reason, you get punk-ass bitch results. And you a punk-ass bitch. That's what you get, Tony. That's what you get. Sorry, Odin. Sorry, Chiefs fans. But, if the Chiefs fans wanted to win the game, they would be here right now. Where are they? They're not here. Kadarius Toney cut. Shotgun set. 2nd and 10. Sky Moore, first down, Chiefs. But is it a hold on the offensive line? Uh-oh. 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 Holding. Your boy called it. Put me in the game, coach. I like it a lot. Tony needs to get cut, bro. I already seen enough. Now you're really wishing that fucking Juju Smith-Schuster was on the team. Like really, really wishing Juju Smith-Schuster is on the team. Like really. Shotgun set, second down at 20. Mahomes, look at this. Nobody can catch. Nobody can catch. CJ Gardner Johnson, third down and 20. Sky Moore, come on. When like I said, when you're the backup, you're the third option, the fourth option. Sky Moore and Kadarius Toney will make the play, but when you're the focal point, obviously you cannot be trusted. None of the guys can be trusted on the team. I mean, hell, you might as well just run it with Mahomes. You have a better chance getting a first down that way. Third down and 20. Mahomes, floater. Wow. Wow. Should have been picked. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, Kelsey's kind of important. Chris Jones is kind of important. Eric Bieniemy is kind of important. And it shows you like how bad the receivers are. The Chiefs have been able to skate by, with Kelsey and Tyreek, but there's not a lot there. Uh-oh, false start. Uh-oh. Mistakes, mistakes, mistakes. 12.4 points for David Montgomery, 8.9 for Laporta, 19 for Amon Ra. Yeah, why wouldn't you use Pacheco and McKinnon like on every play? Unless Pacheco is hurt now. Mahomes, fourth and 25. Yeah, you're not going to complete that. Nope. Nope. Andy Reid might not be able to do it on his own. And I'm telling you, the Chiefs haven't won back-to-back Super Bowls. So, some people can say dynasty, but you got to be able to win two in a row. And haven't been able to do it for whatever reasons, injuries or other teams. So this might be the year of the Bengals and Joe Burrow. This could be the year of the Pittsburgh Steelers, even though I don't think Kenny Pickett's going to be good enough to get them all the way there, but they're going to be better. But definitely the Steelers and Bengals, I would be keeping an eye on those two teams. Wow, unbelievable. Toby says Chiefs are done. Toby's just happy because he's a fucking Jag fan, and they were the worst team in football, and now they're actually one of the top 12 now. So, but congratulations for being in the gutter, and now you actually are relevant. So, Jags can win the Super Bowl. Absolutely not. No chance. They're not even going to be able to get to the Super Bowl. Now, one day, would it be cool if they get to one or an AFC championship game? Yes. But just because you beat the fucking Chargers with no O line, no defense, and Staley being an idiot, right? That's one thing. But I would have goals on just trying to win a playoff game and then maybe winning two. But Jags, even getting to the Super Bowl, not going to happen because you're not going to be able to be better than the Cincinnati Bengals and a few other teams. Now, can you end up getting to the AFC Championship game in the next 5 years? Yeah, I think you could, but you're not there yet. You're not there yet. I see Megan is making moves on the fantasy. I watch everybody. No one can get anything by me. Yeah, but again, unreliable pass catchers, and then obviously losing Bieniemy. You guys should have tried to re-sign Juju and got better quality pieces, even if that's DeAndre Hopkins. It shows you how really thin you are, and even though you have the best quarterback in the world, the receivers and tight ends are not good enough. And not when you play a good team this year and they match up well with you, and if their defense is playing better. So, yeah, Jeff is still down. Now, Kadarius Tony's number one in trending. Uh-oh. He better turn off his Twitter account and his Instagram. His shit is going to be blown up for not the right reason. Look at this run. Who dat? Mahomes, 20 points. Amon-Ra, 19 points. David Montgomery on my bench, 13. Sam Laporta as just a gamble, 9. That's way better than even for me. I mean, I knew they were going to be good, but it feels really, really good to be able to make a decision and it pans out. Because if Laporta would have ended up with like a 0 or a 2, I'm like, oh, fuck, what did I do? So that is a very, very good sign. Give it to goddamn Amon-Ra after you run the ball. Amon-Ra. Look at Montgomery rumbling and bumbling. And I love it because Montgomery and Gibbs are like completely different. It's like a thunder and lightning, like an all-star and a work done. Like one guy does one thing really well, fast, elusive, very good, fucking burst and can catch balls out of the backfield and Jamar Gibbs, right? And then obviously on the flip side, you got Montgomery, that bruiser, halfback dive, run you over, counters, pretty impressive. Very impressed. I definitely will be using Montgomery and Laporta at some point this season. I got Keenan Allen in the flex, so the Detroit Lions are about to have the biggest win in their franchise in a minute, in about 2 minutes if they win. Wow. First down, Lions. Uh-oh. Looks like the Lions just won. Uh-oh. Andy Reid, you got out-coached. Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, kind of important. Big, big win. The sports gods are like, this motherfucker's got 3 of them on the fantasy squad. We have to make him win game 1. But, well, it's not about overhyping the Lions. They're actually a good team. They started to be good last year. So this is a big deal. Now, would they have won if Kelce and Chris Jones played? Probably not. But you can at least give them their flowers, and this is a big win. This is a big win for their franchise. You don't have to talk shit, of course, people will talk shit and whatever. Oh, you wouldn't have won with Chris Jones. Can't we just give a team their flowers? The Chiefs have won many Super Bowls already. This team hasn't been able to get to the playoffs or win a playoff game in like 20 years. But let them have their day. And again, if more Chiefs fans would have shown up to the stream, maybe we would have had a different outcome. Just saying. Let's go Lions. And the Chiefs will bounce back. It's not like their season's over. Yeah, but again, it's a wake up call that Kadarius Toney ain't him, and he needs to be cut. Get rid of his ass. Not worth it. I love it. Big, big win for the Lions. I feel for the Chiefs fans, but you didn't deserve to win the game. You just didn't. You're not the same team without Kelce and Jones, and you need to pay Jones and pray for Kelce's health. So And like I said, how many times in sports do we have moments like this? Where teams emerge, like the Blue Jays and Mariners last year, the Orioles this year, the Detroit Lions today. Give them their flowers; they deserve it, and it gives Dan Campbell some pub that he deserves. Big moment, big moment. Of course I did. Come on, bro. I'm Northwest Sports Fanatics. Let's go, Jerry. I got fucking Montgomery and Laporte on the bench too. Come on. If I didn't believe in the Lions, I wouldn't have three guys on the team. Let's go. Final score: Lions 21, Chiefs 20. And again, the Chiefs haven't won back to back, so them making the Super Bowl this year is unlikely. You know what I mean? You just have to look at history. History tends to repeat itself. Sometimes, history is meant to be broken, but with all the injuries in the Chris Jones saga and the Travis Kelce, there is a very good possibility that the Chiefs are not in the Super Bowl for the AFC. That's not being a hater, that's just being real. And then the following year, do the Chiefs go back? Yeah, they could definitely go back. So, huge win. And Sewell, go Ducks. Obviously, could have went to the Bengals, but they decided on Jamar Chase, and Penei Sewell was the right choice for the Lions, and it's starting to pay off. Jags make playoffs and Chiefs don't. The Chiefs will make the playoffs. Now you're just dreaming, Toby. Now you're thinking of like Madden scenarios. Wow. I love it. And like I said, for all the non-believers of golf and all the players that I've been talking about, I mean, like I said, I'm not going to be right about everything, but I feel like I'm going to be right about a lot of things. And like I said, I can't predict injuries, but I can definitely tell you who's going to be good, who's going to win games, and I'll predict a few plays. And what did I tell you? If the Lions got the big play, the pick six, the fumble for a touchdown, they could come back and win the game. And look at 21-20 final score. But if they didn't get the pick six, then they don't win the game. So sometimes you have to talk it into existence. So, wow, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah. And also you have to believe in Dan Campbell. It's like you have to believe on who you're watching, who you're supporting. And if you genuinely believe, then everyone's going to be on board. But last year, not everyone believed. This year, everyone believes, even before this game started. You can tell the swagger was different on the defensive side of the ball, the O-line, right? And Goff obviously having that confidence to play there before. So for all the people that want to hate on Carr, Cousins, and Goff, I mean, you just got a little dose on what a top 10 to 15 quarterback looks like. And it's good enough to beat a Patrick Mahomes, even though they weren't full strength. So, yeah, good thing you didn't pick your Chiefs for the eliminator. Do you think the Jags beat Chiefs in week 2? Probably not. But if Kelce and both Chris Jones are out, you could. So, I mean, like I said, if we see the same type of performance from what the Lions did with the Jags could beat the Chiefs. Will they beat the Chiefs? Probably not, but they could, especially if Chris Jones is not in the building. I mean, if Travis Kelce and Chris Jones are not in the building, yeah, the Jags could win. Chiefs offense lost them the game and no enemy. I agree. I mean, besides the Chiefs and the Chiefs fans losing, that was one of the best opening games I've ever seen in my life. And like I said, my number one team that I root for every year for the last 30 has been the Detroit Lions, and it's just really cool. Like, I almost feel like I'm a Lion fan right now a little bit, you know what I mean? Because I kind of understand what it's like to be shitty. I'm a Buck fan. I'm typically my team is shitty. So I saw you making moves on the wire, Megan. I see you swooping up my old player. Smart. I'm watching you. I would be worried week 2 as well. Lions could, like I said, that city does need a great story, and people want to overreact and be haters. It's like, okay, next time your team sucks for 20 to 30 years, right, and then they end up doing something good, come talk to me. But it's like being a Mariner fan. It's like we suck, and then we actually get good last year, and people have to talk shit. Like, Come on. Or we're like, we're good this year, but then we're kind of going up and down. Like, it's nice when a team sucks and then they finally get good. Unless you're a bandwagon fan and you're just like rooting for the Patriots, and then you became a Brady Buccaneer fan, and then you're a Chief fan, and then you're like hopping around from team to team. Then you don't really understand. But wow, what a game! What a game! Yeah, I'm not saying that you're a hater, but there's gonna be haters. So, but like I said, I like to be able to tell people who's good. I like to be able to not be biased and let you guys know what the real deal is. And again, I'm not going to be right about everything, but for what I do, I mean, I feel like I got like a 90%, percentile or higher on a lot of things. I mean, name one person on YouTube that's going to be more correct than me. I highly doubt you're going to find one. Brittany in the building. What's good? Brittany, your boy. How are you? How's your son? How was school? I saw the photo that you snapped of him. He didn't look like too enthused about the school and whatnot in the photo. But it sounds like things are going good. I love you, miss you, appreciate you. And hopefully your Pats can end up doing some things. I'll be watching Christian Gonzalez on your Pats defense, and I hope he turns into a Pro Bowler and a Hall of Famer. Oh, yeah. Olave and Wilson are going to go off. Tony has rocks for hands, Air Whitey says. No shit. Yeah, terrible. But that's what he gets for talking shit to those Giants fans. If you're gonna be crazy and be an asshole, again, karma is a bitch, and it will come back to you 150%. So, all right. Well, I was going to end up doing a reaction video to this game either tonight or tomorrow morning. No stream tomorrow night because I am going to go to the Equalizer 3 with my girl E. And then we'll do the Duck game on Saturday at 4 o'clock against Texas Tech, which will be amazing. And then go to Olive Garden after that. And then we'll keep grinding it out with reaction videos and other things. So final score, Detroit Lions 21, Kansas City Chiefs 20. I'm not surprised. What an amazing win. And that was probably the most entertaining shit. And sucks that Cash App went down because we probably could have got a little bit more on that end. And let's take a look at the sub count real quick to see where we're at. Countdown to 20,000 subs before we end up going. All right, we need 69 subs to get to 20,000. So hopefully we can get to that number a little bit sooner than later. Obviously we didn't get in the algorithm. We didn't get rated. We didn't get as much of a turnout as I wanted, but, it is what it is. Yeah, Zappy and Cunningham got cut. That means to me that they're tanking for a quarterback in the draft. And I don't think they believe in Mac Jones, but we'll see. So I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Thank you to all the people that donated, commented, shared. You guys are the best. Look out for my reaction video to this game either later tonight or tomorrow morning. No stream tomorrow night. Sarah gets a day off. Equalizer 3. I'm going to watch that. And then we'll be back on Saturday for the Ducks and Texas Tech at 4 o'clock. And we'll see what I end up doing in the morning if I do something in the morning as well. I love you and I appreciate you. And I got one question for you. Well, you know, talk sports like us. Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Final score, Lions 21, Chiefs 20, and I'm out. Bang.